Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger-qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
At the bottom of the ocean.
Hola! What's going on? Sorry,
What's going on, Ice? How are you?
I should have told you guys that I was just going to come on and say, hey! Welcome. Sorry, ladies.
It's okay.
Yeah. What the fuck? What's Ice doing on the Monday edition? Well, this is my shit now. I got it now. So it's myself and Cuffs. Cuffs is now going to hang out with me on Mondays and shit because I need a PSD.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, so what was your weekend like? As a matter of fact, you've had a pretty fucking eventful weekend. So,
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what happened?
So what happened?
Yeah,
well, it started off with some pretty insane storms. No tornadoes or anything, but some pretty insane storms, knocking over trees, all of the above. Anything you think of minus a tornado, that is what we were dealing with. So at about 15 after 10 in the evening on Saturday, the power goes out. It is Monday at 19:04. We still don't have fucking power.
Well, we're glad you're good, man. That's crazy. You were showing us some pictures in the team room there of some of the damage around the house and around your neighborhood.
Well, and our house it's minimal. Around the neighborhood, we got it easy compared to some of the people within, a block or two of us. Other people had, full-size trees just lounging on top of their fucking house. They've been trying. I know they're trying. I feel bad for the guys because, people place blame here and there, but these guys are working. They've been working for the past almost 48 hours nonstop. But still, as of right now, there are close to 13,000 residents, if not a little bit less than that still don't have power.
God,
fuck.
Damn.
And we're one of those houses.
Damn. Holy crap. Wait a minute. Isn't there like some sort of, I don't know, around that area you would think, especially where you're at, that there would be a little bit more, I don't want to say civilized. Let's put it this way. I have been in locations where there's no power lines everywhere. When I was living in other countries and I would come back here to the great the great United States of America. And I'd come back and I'd say, wait a minute, it looks like, you ever see those third world country images of one telephone pole with 50 fucking lines coming out of it, and then everyone's sharking? That's what it looks like over here. Isn't that where you're at? There's like no power lines that are buried in the ground, or
it depends. Okay, so I live on the north side of my county. The north side of my county is the older side, so yes, we have shit here and there. Don't get me wrong, the houses are nice still, they're just a little bit older. If you go down south in my county, that is where all of the power is actually, the power lines are underground. So they don't got to worry about shit like this.
That's first world shit right there, you know what I mean? Not this fucking above ground crap. Where you have 50 fucking lines everywhere emanating radiation to where there's cancer clusters and stuff because motherfuckers are too lazy to put it in the goddamn ground. That sucks. Well, I mean, so that means you're only going to be broadcasting until dusk. Sorry.
Funny guy.
Sorry. That fucking sucks, man. Well, is it going to get cold? I mean, is the weather going to cool down? Is it going to get too fucking hot? Or has it been hot already? So how have you been?
Yesterday... Oh, let's see. What was yesterday? Sunday. My days have kind of just melted into one. Like, I really don't know. Today's Monday. Okay, so Saturday night the power went out, and it was when that storm came through, it cooled it off. All over Kansas City, it cooled down quite a bit, down into the 70s or so, and then it heated up some yesterday. We were in the upper 80s in, I would say, around noon, and then by about 8 o'clock, I want to say we were close to 90s, like in.
Yeah, but it's not like
it's not horribly hot.
I was about to say, horribly hot. It's not like our brothers and sisters in the South.
No,
that it's 96 degrees with 80% humidity that's got a heat index of 150 or some shit like that.
See, the humidity is what kills me. And the humidity is what's been going on. Like right now, it's 88 and it's freaking 1909. So it's 88 degrees and the heat index, my guess would be up.
No, okay. All right. So the heat index would be what? If it's like that, it'd probably be about 90. It's like 90. I know some states. 90. I know some states it's that temperature with a heat index. It seems like it gets hotter at fucking night. As Jay already says, in the South, it gets pretty fucking. It gets moist. But that sucks, man. Well, I mean, damn. I'm gonna keep. I mean, I don't want to sound like a first art, but yeah, I am. Drink water. The only thing you can do is like hydrate, because you're just sitting there sweltering. And you're just like, ugh, you don't want to do shit. So have you been helping out with anybody? You said earlier that you had some people that had some damages. Were there? Because I don't know, don't you live like near some old people or something like that? You were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we have neighbors that are elderly, and she has oxygen tanks, and we have a generator. So since yesterday morning, we ran an extension cord from our generator across the yard, through her yard, and into her garage so that she could have access to her oxygen tanks.
That's charitable to your family. That's good shit. Yeah, that's being charitable. Okay, I could see that. I can.
Yeah.
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 Cool. All right.
It was good on us.
All right. So you could have been selfish and just hooked up a fucking portable AC and then just chilled, but instead you helped out your neighbor. That's good shit. So
yeah,
that's nice. All right. Well, I mean, like I said, hope your shit turns on. I mean, what were they estimating this stuff to come back on?
ICE, they have not given us an estimate. There's no ETAs. There's no, maybe here, maybe then. Fuck no. We have not received word about anything. Jesus. So I do know that the people that live across the street from us, which they lost their power 4 hours after us, got their power back on about 3 hours ago.
But they're across the street.
And they're across the street, yeah. we called KCP&L earlier this morning, and they said that there were no ETAs, but there were crews in the area. Well, when I went to go get something for lunch, nothing. Not one KCP&L, not one truck anywhere doing any sort of work at all. I know they're overwhelmed with the amount of people without power in and around Kansas City. It has been really bad this year. Really bad. This is the longest we've ever been without power.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's wow. That's crazy. I didn't expect something like that. I mean, because you didn't hear anything big happening. You know what I mean? There was not like you didn't see it in the news. You didn't see any big. I know there was some tornadoes hit in North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere around Texas, but you didn't hear anything about Kansas happening. I mean,
Kansas, we didn't have any tornadoes. We didn't have any of that shit. It was all
you had some weak ass
wind.
trees.
It was all fucking wind and insane amount of rain.
Yeah.
There were some water rescues with the local fire department here, and residential fires from power lines. I don't know how that works or happens, but anyways, it ends up somehow disconnecting from the actual power line up top where it's run through, and it falls down onto the ground, and they just sit there and you sparking and spitting and making all kinds of noise, and then they finally quit sparking and fizzing and blah 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 blah. But yeah,
quit sparking and fizzing
quit sparking it, God.
Okay. Well, that sucks, man. That really blows. Hopefully you get your shit turned on. That really sucks, because I mean,
yeah,
you can't do stuff to do stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can't. You know.
It's just an inconvenience. Like if I need to go to the bathroom, I walk in there, and guess what? The first thing is that I'm gonna do when I walk in the fucking bathroom: flip on the light switch.
Yeah,
nope.
Exactly. Nope. And then you're gonna you gotta use the bathroom in the dark. I mean, for guys.
Yep.
For guys, we make it a fucking production. When we go to the bathroom, we want to read and all sorts of shit. So, you know, it would be a disaster for us if when guys do that shit.
Well, we came semi-prepared. I mean, we've got lamps that burn oil or whatnot. Is it paraffin oil? I might be wrong on that. But we've got little lanterns, and we've got fucking flashlights all over the goddamn house.
Oh, so you're somewhat prepped, I guess. Sort of,
yes,
kind of a prepper.
somewhat prepped.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. So then you're going to have to use all your prepping shit for, to use them skills. I guess it's good practice. I mean, that would kind of fucking suck, man. Oh, man. Well, like I said, damn. Well, we got to hurry up and broadcast because there's not too much light left. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
Oh, man. Hey, well, this being Monday, I was going to push this on for a later segment if you were going to still be on, but you can't because you got shit going on. I'm gonna admit something right now that I can't fucking stand, and it's driving me up the wall, and I don't know, I feel so fucking out of place in this, but Game of Thrones. I don't care. I don't
care either.
I think you, yeah, me and you, and fucking, I think just a couple other members of the staff, we don't watch that show. And so when everybody's in the fucking team room going, oh, well, so-and-so did this, and so-and-so did that, and so-and-so, did you watch it? No spoilers. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You're doing this damn, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, this stuff. So, I figured since somebody sent me some information on what, hey, look, I need to catch up, but we'll catch you up right now. So, I guess yesterday there was the episode Stillborn or Stormborn or Starnborn or whatever the fuck it's called. And
Stormborn.
Whoa! I totally forgot about Spanx. And then so I guess the players came together to to get some alliances up, and then fucking J-Ron Greyjoy, what's his name? Fucking he like
Theon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Euron. Yeah. Euron fucking I guess has some issues with the Sand Snakes and his relatives, and then Jon Snow like does some other bullshit with Serbian Davos, whoever the fuck that is. And then Aira and Ser Jorah kind of like say, hey, look, we're fucking stepping forward because to own this shit. And then the bitch that has the fucking dragons, Daenerys? Daenerys gets some.
You can call her Danny.
Danny. Oh, okay. So Danny gets some seasoned advice from Lady Tyrell, and then I guess the way the fucking it opens up, like the whole thing's all fucking badass and all medieval shit with us, down in Dragonstone, and Danny's got her fucking war council going, and then she doesn't feel comfortable, and then fucking Tyrone Lannister, that little midget. And fucking Varys, they swear they're not going to be there for a little bit, and then Danny challenges, fucking Varys' loyalty, and then he always like kind of switches side anyways when it fucking, choose, so he conspired to have her killed in Essos, and then Varys doesn't back down, tells her that he's in for the people and shit, and then, Danny's admires the courage. I think that I guess there's some tits or something like that being shown or something like that, but anyways, kind of swears that she's going to burn him alive if he fucking betrays her. And then this thing with the Grey Worm. I have no idea what the fuck this is. So am I tracking? Am I tracking this right with so far, Spanx?
You pronounce every sort of name wrong.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the fucking. I mean,
awesome.
I don't fucking know who the fuck this is. So I guess.
Awesome.
So I guess Grey Worm. Maybe we should just start calling Grey Cloud that. Start calling him Grey Worm. So
Grey Worm's a eunuch. I don't think that'd be very nice.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that shit. See, and then, so he says he's got a visitor, and then the Red Priestess comes out to see Danny, and then Melisandre fucking tells the prophecy of the prince that's gonna come rescue them and shit. Now I'm reading verbatim what people are telling, what was told to me by our Game of Thrones correspondent. So some of this is ad lib, some of this is verbatim what I'm reading. Correct, sir. And then the legend could also refer to a princess, I guess. And Miss Melisandre updates Tyrone on Jon Snow. And then she advises that they meet up and then ask him what he's seen. And Tyrone says, hey, I trust you, respect you, bro, respect. Yeah, okay, cool, we cool. I drink and I know things. And then tells Danny John that would be a great ally against CRC, that's like a school where you get slapped around in special operations. That was a joke for you guys. Cersei, where the fuck her name is, and then the what the fuck? It's Winterfell. John received Tyrone's shit, and then says, "Hey man, we need to discuss our options and shit with Sansa," and then tell Serbian Davos, hey, we need to get our shit together, and then Sansa says to Tyrone, "Hey man, thanks, I remember your kindness, bro, but kind of believes that it's got a trap man." And so then they went, in South and King's Landing, Cersei's fucking talking to the Tyrell Bannermen, what the fuck that is, and then warns of the horrors that await them if Danny takes the Iron Throne. Now, Lord Tarly asks how they can fight 3 dragons, and Qyburn speaks up and says, hey, we're working on a fucking solution, so forget about it, right? And then outside the throne room, fucking Jaime fucking asked Lord Tarly to lead the armies, but he refuses this shit. He says, I'm not fucking doing the crap, because my name means fucking loyalty, son. And then have a sworn oath to Lady Tyrell, and then Jaime fucking says, hey, we gotta choose a side. And then, am I doing this right so far, Spanky? Am I tracking this?
I have no words.
I just want to make sure that I'm getting this on the field report. Fucking, I gotta get this. I gotta fucking, get this right. So, at the Citadel, the Archmeister is reviewing Ser Jorah's condition and can't really do anything about it. You're fucked, dude. And then the Grayscale has progressed too far, so he's allowed to stay one more day because he's a fucking knight, right? And so Sam is kind of stunned that he learns that, what the fuck, dude, I'm a Marmont? What the fuck is that? What the fuck's a Marmont? And then back in the dungeons of the King's Landing, Qyburn tells Cersei that, see the bones of the Targaryen dragons and unveils a new weapon for their specific threat. It's like a machine that shoots an arrow through skulls and shit. And then, at Dragonstone, fucking Danny assembles her for a war council. So he's got Greyjoy wants to attack King's Landing. Tyrone doesn't want a fucking bloodbath because he wants to drink and no shit. And then Ellaria Sand kind of mocks him. And then he curses her for poisoning his niece, Myrcella, right? And so Daenerys reminds Ellaria to respect Tyrone as her hand. And Tyrone says, Ellaria and Lady Tyrell to surround King's Landing. Now, the Dothraki? What the fuck's a Dothraki? What is that?
That is a tribe of Dothraki raiders that Daenerys brought over with her from Essos.
Okay, got it. All right.
There's some badass fuckers.
Okay, some badass fuckers. All right, got it. So the Dothraki and the Unsullied will move against the Lannisters at Casterly Rock because, you know, Tyrone and all this shit fucking, you know, will form and meet up an alliance with Jon Snow because Jon Snow's a badass motherfucker. And, you know, this is what the fuck it is. I guess, you know. But yeah, I'm only, like I said, I'm only getting this field report from the Game of Thrones spy that we have at WTF Nation Radio. So Dany asks to speak to Lady Tyrell in private, and then the Queen of Thorns gives her like some sage advice and ignore the counsel of clever men. To rule, you need to be feared. To be the dragon, right? So isn't that the fucking motto they have? So Missandei comes to say goodbye to fucking Grey Worm in his quarters, and he like admits his love. He's like, oh yeah, Missandei, woo woo woo, got some love for you, mama. And then the long-awaited hookup, I guess there's some mad banging going on, right? And then the following day at the Citadel, Sam asks for Arkmeister for permission to treat Ser Jorah and has discovered a dangerous and risky treatment. So the Arkmeister prevents him do that shit, right? So later on that night, Sam goes to retreat Ser Jorah anyways. And Ser Jorah fucking muffles his screams as, you know, fucking Sam is peeling away the gray skin because I guess he's like really fucking suffering. So Arya has stopped to see Hot Pie. What the fuck? Hot Pie? Like our pie? Is that what it is? Our pie? Hot Pie? On her way to King's Landing.
His name.
That's his name, Hot Pie. Like his name's Hot Pie. Like of all the Dothrakis and Tyrion and all these fucking crazy ass names, the only fucking name they can come up with this guy is, we'll call this guy Hot Pie. And everyone's cool with that, right? All right, I just want to make sure. So
Hot Pie.
Yeah, Hot Pie, and you know she kind of like, and then the person who wrote this kind of like threw a little spoof in there to go talk to Arya, and she eats hot pie. She eats pie and ale as he updates her on the events, right? So Arya is told that the Boltons are dead and Jon Snow is the king of the North. And she's like, what the fuck? And then she leaves, and Hot Pie's like, hey, you know, you are a beautiful girl, and, you know, she's like, careful in the war to come, and then, you know, Arya changes her course to Winterfell. So then Winterfell comes around, and fucking Jon Snow's like, hey, Sam's Raven is about fucking talking some shit about the mountain at the Dragon Glass. I don't know what that means. So he tells the lords that he'll accept Dany's fucking Targaryen's invitation, and then lead their army against the dragons, against the White Walkers. Because, see, you know, I don't know idea what the fucking the White Walker thing means. So I guess these are zombies, the White Walkers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it have to be White Walkers? But anyway, Sansa and Lady Mormont disagree, right? And they have to kind of stay like in the north because it could be a trap. And then his grandfather was already burned alive by the Mad King. So Jon knows they can't defeat the Night King without her help. And this leaves a surprise Sansa in charge of the north. So now Jon is at Ned Stark's grave at the crypt. And he's kind of like things like, hey, bro, I'm pouring a 40 for you, man. What do I fucking do? And, you know, it's kind of like thinking, looking at the grave, right? And then he's like fucking interrupted by Littlefinger. And Littlefinger is like, you know, what the fuck, dude? And then he kind of looks at him and says, you know, Jon doesn't want to have anything and then do the guy. So Littlefinger says, hey, you know, I deserve a thank you for saving them against Ramsay. And then he brings up love for Sansa. And then Jon said, fuck this shit, you funkin' punk. And chokes Littlefinger. And then threatens to kill him if he touches Sansa outside the courtyard. So Jon waves at Sansa. Is like, hey, what's up, baby? And Littlefinger's like kind of like rubbing his throat going, motherfucker. Kind of like because he got punked out, right? So,
oh my god, I know so many people that are listening right now and just cringing.
I'm getting so many fucking PMs right now. I'm getting so many fucking PMs right now. I'm not even going to look at them.
I got two already.
So Arya is in the woods en route to Winterfell, and as she tends to the fire, her horse starts kind of like acting all spooky and shit. And so she pulls her fucking weapon out and has her lightsaber out, and then fucking all of a sudden surrounded by a pack of wolves. And then she like trips out because it's Nymeria, her long-freed dire wolf, who, you know, kind of leads the pack. And so Arya approaches the wolf and kind of like gently pets her and says, "Oh, you know, poor puppies," and then asks Nymeria to return home. And then Nymeria backs off and leaves with the wolves. And so, you know, her days by Arya's side are kind of like no longer. And then, you know, of course, the fucking show ends with the fucking, you know, Seed of Dorne, the Sand Snakes are in the hammocks, Birkenhead, who's going to kill King's Landing. Ilaria is flirting with fucking Yara. Their boat comes to a shuddering halt and then runs out to the deck to see Euron's forces. Euron, I can't believe the guy's name Euron. That sounds like fucking you get when you don't drink enough water.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bad case of Euron. Really, dude? Well, you know, if you take some cranberry juice, you'll be all right. So his ship impales hers. And the Ironborn army is like set loose on the deck, and there's like some firing and shit, battles and stuff. And then Euron spears Obara, and then chokes Nymeria to death. And Ilaria and to death. And then Ilaria and Tyene, Tyene, Tyne, are taken prisoner, and Euron then beats Yara in a bloody fight, and then beckons Theon to come to your rescue. But of course, he rears his fucking cowardly head, and then Theon abandons his sisters and jumps off the boat, and then the episode is like fucking ending with him in the water watching Euron sail away. So there you go. Is there more? Am I missing anything? Do I got it? Do I got it down?
Yeah, you got it, but yeah. Oh my
god.
So stay tuned for the next Monday edition of the Game of Thrones follow-up field report from WTF Nation Radio, provided by our trusted agent in the Game of Thrones fucking knowledge world. So okay. The guy is something that you would not expect to watch Game of Thrones. So he's very urban and ghetto. So some of the stuff that I was reading was verbatim what he was writing me. Oh man, let me get that whiskey sour down here. Woo! But I guess Euron's execution of 2 sand snakes was savage and bloody, and his prowess is legit. And then kind of like he vanquished Yara and got Ilaria as a prize for Cersei, and then so I guess we're gonna see the next one if Yara survives her uncle's capture. The long-awaited meeting between the Danners and Jon is set. Sansa finally gets her chance to call the shots, and Littlefinger is still at Winterfell. But I have a feeling this motherfucker going to be soon arriving, and I wish the Sand Snakes had more screen time. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh man!
God damn! There are so many people, probably not so. A lot of people that are probably upset by that.
I'm getting some PMs. You dick! I haven't seen the fucking show yet. I can't believe you saw this. My skin is crying.
Oh, suck it up,
man. So I have no idea. I mean, I guess it's kind of I'm just giving you guys the update.
Yeah.
Do we have like a spoiler rule for Game of Thrones? I know there was one.
It's been 24 hours, right? Since the show, it was on last night.
Yeah, I mean So I mean, everyone should have seen it. The webs have already spoiled it for everybody. So if you've not seen it already, then you should have seen it.
I like you. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I just don't. I can't get into it. And I know Minx loves it, and I know Mom and Spanky. They all love it. I'm pretty sure Jay Reddy is into it. I can't remember, but me, I can't get into it. It's not my thing. So your little synopsis of last night's episode was perfect.
Oh man, yeah, because
for the non-viewer.
Yeah, there you go. That's what
Game
it is.
of Thrones,
That's a good idea. So this is a non-viewer recap.
There you go.
A non-viewer recap of Game of Thrones. There you go. So now,
perfect.
So wait till next week. So if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, non-viewers, don't worry, I'll catch you up.
Oh shit.
But anywho, so. Man.
So how's shit down in your neck of the woods?
Well, it's going okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Life is good, changing jobs, moving out of said original area where me and Grey Cloud used to work, and then it's kind of weird to be out in a new environment where people are they get really touchy about what you say, or they're real protected over their rice bowls. You say something to them that they've worked on for like forever and a fucking day, and then they think that when you make a comment that it's like ruining their art or something like that. So, yeah, it's dealing with some of the civilians. I'm not picking on civilians and Department of the Army or Department of the Air Force or Department of the Navy civilians. I'm not picking on them, but I'm just saying that, you guys get a little sensitive when you just ask a question. You just ask a simple question and then people get the fucking, "Ah! What do you mean? I wrote that." And I'm like, okay, dude, I was just asking. So
calm down there, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
goodness.
See, I don't exactly, T-Max. I don't know how I spoiled it either. I just gave a recap. I didn't get into the details of the shit. We don't have enough time to go over the fucking details. How long were those shows? They're like about an hour and a half, 2 hours, or something like that, Spanky?
Right now, they're just like a little over an hour. These episodes are a little longer this season.
Wait a minute. There's not even a fucking hour? Holy shit.
Little over an hour. These last two episodes have been because it's a shortened season.
Oh, so they're doing what the fucking Walking Dead is that instead of having a normal fucking season that you would watch The Walking Dead throughout the fall and then wait for the summer break, instead The Walking Dead has 4 episodes and that's it. They can the mid-season finale and you're like, bitch, it's not even fucking Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know why they fucking did it like that. So Walking Dead, man, I've not even fucking watched that show either, at all. I've not watched the show in a while.
I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest in it. I don't know. It was my dad's favorite show. We're a prepper family, somewhat of a prepper family. After he passed away, we kind of went through all of our canned goods and whatnot. But prior to him passing away, holy shit, we had prepper written all over our fucking basement. But he was all into anything zombie.
That's badass.
But,
yeah, so am I. Yeah, so am I.
You are too?
Oh yeah, I got a prep bag and everything, weapons all over the place. And,
Ready to go.
Oh yeah, well, because like if the power goes out, I'm on the shitter, you grab a weapon, right, and then fucking
exactly
your business, and but
exactly.
But yeah, I don't. It depends on which. Yeah, exactly. There's 2 Walking Deads. There's Fear the Walking Dead, and then there's the normal Walking Dead.
The Fear the Walking Dead shit, I lost interest in it real quick. I couldn't get into it. The Walking Dead, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead was good when it had a movable, like when the story was moving along, like the plot was moving. And then there's a lot of flashbacks. There's a lot of other branched off episodes, and you would think after so long being on that you would finally fucking decide, hey, look, just move the story forward. Fear the Walking Dead shows West Coast zombies. You know how it started. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like that would be badass. That right there, the start of the zombie apocalypse and all that would be kind of cool. So,
and the first couple of episodes of Fear the Walking Dead were good when it was. Excuse me. The first couple episodes where it's starting to happen, and even later on into the season where they're on the boat in the middle of the ocean, and there's some hang on to your chair, oh my god, what's gonna pop around the corner type feels next. But I still prefer The Walking Dead over Fear the Walking Dead personally.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, not again. I've not watched any of the shows for a long time now because it like you were saying, it just loses interest, and then once you miss a couple episodes, you have to try to catch up, and when that happens, then you're just like, I don't even know if I want to watch this shit anymore. But they had exactly that, D-Max. If you went to the San Diego Comic-Con, the real Comic-Con, if you went to and saw the trailers on their Facebook page and website, you would see it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, anyways, didn't mean to get interrupted by my field report of Game of Thrones. Somebody was I asked somebody, hey man, could you write something up about Game of Thrones, but you write it the way you talk and how you write it. Hell yeah, motherfucker, I'll write that shit. So, my good buddy. So, I will continue to receive those field reports. But anyway, so news and entertainment is what we cover here on the Monday edition. And it's going to be me and Cuffs until the bosses says otherwise, and then rocking and rolling. We got a new lineup coming up, so if you guys notice on the ticker, it's kind of changed up a little bit, and because somebody brought it to my attention that spells is important, and so you just see the Monday edition is going to be the same, except you'll see the updated graphics. Tied Up Tuesday is going to be with Minx and Grey Cloud this time. And then Friday is going to be the Friday Night Freedom with Minx and Mud Puppy. And, of course, with some other individuals that we're going to bring on. They're going to be getting their paperwork signed and lined up and squared away to come on board and hang out. But anyways, the biggest thing is that we want to cover information that we would not, just almost kind of like the same format that Liquid Lunch had. Shoot the shit, talking about the news, talking about issues and all that, get some opinions out and all that, so that way you guys are informed in the veteran community. Semi-quasi serious, but not really, because I like to talk shit. I like to talk shit, so that's just the way I am. I mean, I like to kind of...
It's the best part of the whole show.
Yeah, I mean, I like bullshitting. Oh, well, thank you. We missed Liquid Lunch, too. Don't worry. The DFAC is still built up. Somebody's talking about maybe doing some other stuff to the DFAC to kind of rectify it, and an idea that came by, and we're going to exercise that course of action to see if it could happen. If it does happen, you'll be notified about some of that while the DFAC's under construction. So it's going to get built. It's going to be huge. Huge. Whiskey sour. So anyways, some bad news today. I guess last year the main page posted a guy, drill sergeant, who stood and saluted to the Dallas Police Department. His brother killed him.
What?
Yeah, man. His fucking brother killed him and shit. So that sucks. And there's not much more to talk about that other than the fact that his brother fucking killed him. So everyone's like, "Oh, what happened? We don't know. No idea. This information just came in." But he was a former drill sergeant. Was a drill sergeant who stood in for hours, holding a salute to the Dallas PD after that Dallas shooter was killed in the engagement of Dallas police officers. So that sucks.
Yeah.
But anyways, hearts go out to the family, see what's going on. So in other news, fucking just something. All right, North Carolina. All right, let's shift over to North Carolina.
Okay.
An apartment was set on fire by somebody who was kind of butthurt about his girlfriend.
Aww.
Yeah. So 20-year-old dude fucking started an apartment fire. Turns out the guy's illegal. I miss my girl. So Jesus Reyes Lopez was arrested on Thursday in connection with the fire that displaced 130 people, man.
Damn.
Exactly. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, he was illegal." Well, then, fucking that immediately was like, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, he's deported." Sorry, the new. Actually, it's not the new law, but the laws that are finally going to be, I don't know, enforced. See ya.
Yeah.
So you're out. You're gone.
Peace.
Peace out. I don't know what would that. I mean, you chick fucking. I don't know. You get butthurt by somebody, you don't set a building on fire with other people in it. Because like, what if he's like kind of fucked up and didn't? I mean, I'm glad nobody got hurt. And the Red Cross kind of stepped in to help out to try to find new homes for the displaced residents. But I mean, that's good. That's good shit too. But damn, man, really? I mean, what?
So since he's been deported, what happens as far as criminal charges go with arson? And that could be, I mean, attempted murder or manslaughter. I mean,
could they do that?
Is there any way to go with that?
What can we? I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, they're more than likely he's going to get deported after he does his stuff, or he gets busted, or he serves his time. But everyone's now having it's almost like that one movie, Mel Gibson's The Lethal Weapon, where the guy's like diplomatic immunity now. Now they think that if they can fucking go do some shit, they can go ahead and they can just get deported and they'll be all right. So, I mean, there were some people that were hurt, hospitalized, trying to escape the fucking fire, because there was also people. Most of them were kids, because so the fire got to the point where residents were tossing their toddlers out of the third floor window.
Oh,
yeah. So poor kids.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things. You're not gonna fucking sit there and say, "Oh well, whatever. I guess he's gonna go ahead and just get deported." No, son. Your ass is gonna fucking serve some time. So
yeah,
that's what I think should happen. They should spend some time in the pen, and then they should be out. They're gone. So that way you don't have to fucking worry about that shit. So, but yep, ain't gonna fucking no way, dude. That must have been some serious ass though, dude, to fucking want to set a fucking building on fire.
Right?
Or either that, or he was like really lotion in the basket, like Fucking possessive.
Yeah. Possessive as fuck.
Yeah. Is that ever? God, man. You must not. Whoa, dude. You know you could go get some other. Well, I mean you're illegal, so it doesn't matter. But you know you could go get some other shit, right? You know you don't have to just like burn the bitch's house down or whatever. To sit there and say, you know.
There's other ways to handle this.
Yeah, exactly. There are other ways to handle this. She pissed me off. The girl don't like me. I could talk shut up before you even throw that card out. Mixer, don't even go there with their verbal morality code. Cold. Yeah, don't even go there, Mixer, with your fucking... You are now a violation of the Mixer verbal morality code. Just because I'm making fun of the accent. Morality. See, she pissed me off, so I lit the building on fire. Dude, you know there's like fucking people, there's like 130 people in there, right, with kids. Well, she pissed me off, so no fucking, fuck you. So we're gonna go, dude. I'm fucking deported. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Fucking, that's the attitude he probably had. And look, he's got a smug look on his face, like, yeah, what are you gonna do? When you want to deport me?
I tell you everything.
I told you already. Shit. Oh, shut up. I am of that heritage as well, so just knock it off. Fuck. Way to go, Ice. What are you talking about?
People giving you shit, or is it Mixer giving you shit?
No, I'm just doing the blanket. Shut up. Don't worry about it. You know, it's not going to be those blanket things because we're going to start talking about. There's only certain people of certain groups can say stuff about the same group. With all that, people getting upset. But you know, exactly, Doc. I tell you everything, man. What you talking about? She pissed me off, and I know. So I set the house on fire. Oh man, so
oh shit.
Yeah, so fucking whatever, man. That's what should happen. Just fucking serve the time and then deport them. Like there's no parole hearing. There's no OJ shit going on. If he's fucking, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like how everyone gets all emotional and stuff when we have kids that, I don't know, take North Korean propaganda and then they get fucking beat up with a goddamn billy club every fucking day, and then they wonder why the guy came back all fucking brain dead and shit, and then he dies 3 days later. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. Everyone likes to talk about, well, immigrants need to serve the time and then get deported. Well, that's kind of like how the other countries see it too. So first off, don't go to another country and fucking piss them off and break their laws. But then the same goes for you motherfuckers. Don't come over here and say she pissed me off, and then next thing you know, you fucking think, oh, I just get deployed, I'm deported, and see you. Good job, exactly. I hope you guys are listening to a place that is safe for work for you to listen to WTF Nation Radio. Because I know there are going to be some individuals that have Hispanic workers there, and they're going to say, that's the racist. He making funny the accent. That's racist. Oh man. So speaking of picking on people, you know that chick Kat Von D? You ever heard her?
Yeah.
She's like, everyone's all, ooh, Kat Von D. Oh, okay. Look, she's an attractive woman with some fucking tats. There's nothing wrong with that, but no big fucking deal. Okay, it's not like she's a fucking big ass hot model and shit like that. She's not the hottest chick on the planet. Okay. No. There's no such thing as hottest chicks on the planet because it's a mixed bag. You're thinking it's like getting a fucking car, right? You're getting a fucking, oh, look at that vet. Oh, fuck yeah. And you get a vet and you get it and you buy it. 80 grand down the fucking drain. Then the next thing you know, you're driving by and there's some other dude with a different vet. Like, God damn it. What? Yeah. What? Well, if you're going to Dallas, you probably got this one. Fuck, motherfucker. So yeah, it's, whatever. So I guess she's all butthurt because she had a contest. And I guess it was some fucking contest where it's kind of like I wouldn't say, let's put it this way. She had a contest, and it was, as a matter of fact, it's in your neck of the woods.
Oh, that's right. No, it is. No, yeah.
It is.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
So I guess, she's a makeup artist, and then she won a fucking contest sponsored by Kat Von D, right? And then she was looking through, I guess, the chick's Instagram Instagram because I guess they were kind of like saying, okay, then we know this chick. And then Kat Von D said, oh, she likes Trump, so she's disqualified.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So the makeup, yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah. So the makeup artist entry was an Instagram image of an angelic figure beside a girl in all black outfit with thick mascara, and of course, Kat Von D is like, whoa, yeah. And she was going to attend, and a guest, was going to attend. We flown to L.A. to attend a launch party for the new Kat Von D makeup line, which is, I guess, made by Sharpie, because the chick wears a lot of fucking eyeliner or something like that.
Are you serious, Sharpie?
I'm just kidding. No,
You're
it's not.
fucking with me, right?
No, I am fucking with you. It's not Sharpie.
Okay.
But so they're supposed to be going. It's this fucking makeup, $500 gift card to Sephora, all the chick stuff, right? So I guess the some people who were trolling her to kind of look to see who won, along with Kat Von D, were like, oh, okay, well, let's start looking through her stuff. Oh, okay, look, yeah, let's see what she's got. And she had something posted from November saying, pro-Trump. It was pro-Trump related. So then Von D, because you have groups of people that manage the contest, and the person that is going to be the grand prize. That's when you fly out to meet him and all that stuff. So the person that's really running the celebrity's not usually running the contest. They just say, hey, yeah, I have a contest, and they have people doing it for them. So I guess this was brought to her attention. And then she fucking messaged the chick that won and said, hey, look, I draw a personal line in the sand between myself and anyone who supports that man. My launch party and my brand celebrates many things that Trump is against. So I just need you to know that I personally have a hard time with inviting anybody who supports that. Bitch, weren't you with fucking Jesse James? Wasn't she with Jesse James or some shit like that? Wasn't he banging her before he was with Sandra Bullock or some shit like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't follow that bitch.
Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck? So now they're fucking. That's some mad fucking hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't follow her a whole lot. I know she had like a tattoo shop fucking show on some station, I don't know. And then she kind of disappeared for a while. And I don't know what she does now. I don't know if she still tattoos or if she just does makeup stuff. No clue. I don't girl. Let's just put it that way. I'm a chick, but you don't see me standing in front of Sephora like looking for $500 worth of makeup and shit like that. But fuck. Oh
no, my point being is that usually when you have a contest and like fly out to go meet so and so, and the contest organizers handle all that stuff. So there had to have been some mad trolls. Facebook's got some mad trolls, man. That people that would not ever say something to somebody's fucking face immediately get the the Facebook combat action badge, the keyboard action badge, because they talk so much fucking shit and troll motherfuckers. And then of course, if you say something back, then all of a sudden you're labeled and all this other shit just for responding something fucking back, just because you say what the fuck ever, shut the fuck up, you're ugly or something like that. Ooh, now ICE is saying that it's ugly and it's against you. I'm like, oh, I didn't fucking say that, man. Fuck.
Oh.
So people get the ass about this stuff. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Because the way Hollywood works nowadays is fucking they're habitual idea stealers. They steal ideas, and so that chick's probably going to use her fucking art. Because, that was part of the contest, right? The contest rules that when you submit something, it becomes property of whatever. Mm-hmm. And so now Kat Von D is going to make fucking millions of dollars on something that she doesn't like. She's going to say, like, you see this? This is the chick that didn't like it, so buy it.
God.
Sponsored by Sharpie.
It's by Sharpie.
Because, she wears a lot of fucking makeup, man. And
she does.
Yeah, those brows, dude. I don't know. I was thinking about, sweeping the floor for my garage when I saw those eyebrows.
Time to get to work in the good old garage, get it cleaned up,
exactly. Right? Time for you to go get them shits. What do the girls do nowadays? They get their eyebrows plucked, lined, thinned, corded. What the fuck they call it now? I saw some chicks talking about getting threaded or something like that.
I think they call it threading. And I don't do that shit. I just fucking wax. Good old wax. I don't pluck because one eyebrow at a time, that's too much for me. Just put some wax on and then rip all of them out at one time. I'm not going to sit there like with threading. The way that they do it, it feels hot. So the way they drag it across your skin and it pulls the hairs out, it just feels uncomfortably hot. I don't really care for it. I'd rather have hot wax and one rip and done.
Okay, well, I mean, there are
learn something new every day.
Well, no, I mean, there's some chicks that definitely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I understand. There's, you ladies have to do some, PMCS on your brow and shit. Because you don't want to be walking around looking like you got fucking skull filters on the end of your fucking face. So I guess that would be, but that shit just exactly that, D-Max. That shit's fucking no way, dude. That's fucking. She needs a putty knife for makeup. When you need to wear that much fucking makeup, you gotta have a stencil to put that shit on.
Yeah.
When Quick Creek's got to come by from Home Depot to fucking put that shit on your face, then you're wearing too much, chick. And there's just some women that are just naturally fucking wax on, wax off. There's just some chicks that are naturally beautiful that just have a natural, that they just add a little bit to it, then they're all right. But then, again, going back to the Hollywood thing, going back to the, whatever. Because I notice now chicks are starting to do this weird thing with their faces. They're like inflating their cheekbones and like trying to create an extra jawline. As a matter of fact, Kat Von D looks like that. She looks like she's got high cheekbones. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with that?
I believe that's called highlighting and contouring.
Ah, okay.
And I don't do that. I don't know how to do it. But I think that's what you're referring to. Like, it's super light areas or super dark areas. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but
okay.
Women now are trying to look like fucking Maleficent and shit, and are surgically getting their faces altered to look like that, and then not knowing that they could get allergic reactions or the doctor's incompetent, they end up looking like the fucking Saw puppet, because they don't fucking know how to do it right. Exactly. When the makeup is thicker than Mimi from the Drew Carey show, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so exactly that. Fucking, fuck that, ladies. Some ladies, like I said, you take it from a guy's perspective. If a guy says you got too much shit on, don't get the ass. He's helping you out. You know what I mean? If you're not walking around like fucking Pennywise and shit, trying to fucking attract guys and wondering how come all of a sudden guys don't want to hug you and shit because you're leaving a goddamn stencil on his shoulder, and what the fuck, man?
Fucking stencil.
Well, yeah. I mean, fucking. Exactly. We've been putting fucking face camo on and shit, and I scrub my face. And I clean my face up. But I'm a guy. Guys aren't supposed to be wearing fucking makeup and stuff. Women. Okay, and exactly that. Sometimes it's hot to fucking wear it where you're at, but at least I know some ladies that could do a little bit of a touch up here and there to look good for their environment. But damn, girl. That looks uncomfortable. It looks suffocating. You know what I mean?
It does. And imagine the nastiness underneath that. I mean, if you have to pack on that much shit on your face, imagine what she actually looks like with no makeup. Natural.
Exactly. Guys, that's why you wait till exactly.
What is she fucking hiding under there?
Exactly. Guys, that's why you wait till the lights come on in the club. Because you're walking in the club, you're like, oh, hey, what's up? And, oh, hey, well, how you? Whoa, baby, whoa. And then, you like that, and all of a sudden you walk outside, and all of a sudden the light hits her at the right fucking angle. You're like, oh, what the fuck is that? You weren't the same chick that was in the. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, shit.
Bitch, wait, what are you, a juggalo and shit? Why you got that makeup on? Like.
Juggalo.
Exactly. Fuck.
Oh.
Man, when you throw spiders in the water and they have like this automatic, like it captures air and creates a bubble on their face, like it's like a little bubble, like when you have too much makeup on, that's when you have too much makeup on. Hey, let's go skinny dipping, and the next thing you see like kind of like a bubble of air glistening around her face because it's so watertight from all the shit that she's got on there. What the fuck, man?
Oh, it's so gross.
It is. Well, I'm just saying, man. It's fucking sometimes. Like I said, if you have good skin tone and you have like an injury or something like that, I can kind of see that. I mean, don't get me wrong, but there's some ladies out there, you just need to take some guy's advice when a guy says, nah, you need to, can you do something with my eyebrows? I mean, I'm just saying because I don't want to, I don't want to fucking think about push brooming my fucking garage right now. You fucking look good at least. Make an attempt.
Oh.
And then turn the lights on. Fucking white fucking lights, not the fucking black lights and shit. Shower test before anything. Exactly.
Say what?
Oh, fucking Mud. Shower when she looks like a lost member of the ICP. Exactly that. Exactly. He's pretty much saying the same thing we were saying. But you go back to the club, you wake up the next morning, there's like a face in your fucking pillow after she leaves.
Gross. Oh, that's so fucking nasty.
Oh my god. Fuck that, man. Exactly. Do something with them. Yeah, do something with them caterpillars. Fucking trim them shits up. Now, I know there's some women out there that have naturally large eyebrows. I mean, but I've also seen women with some eyebrows that are like that can make them look good. But but if you don't fucking if you gotta fix your. I mean, don't get mad when a guy says. Yeah. I think guys should just go ahead and fucking say that shit. Just start saying that shit to women.
I agree. People don't tell anybody. They don't. I mean, if you see something that's out of place, like even as a female, if I'm standing in line somewhere, like, hey, darling, you have a little bit of a caterpillar thing going on up here. I just wanted to let you know, maybe if you cut that down just a little bit.
Well, I'm just talking about
it accentuate what you have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can see someone that's clearly struggling to look, I don't know. Be careful with that shit, though. Did you see those fucking ISIS fighters that were dressed like women? And they had, like, face paint all over them? And it was fucking hilarious because they were all painted white and you could see their eyebrows and beards going through it. You gotta be careful, man. It could be ISIS.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly. No, I mean, I don't straight up correct women. I don't walk up to them, knife hand their fucking face like, hey, bitch, what's up with them fucking eyebrows? God damn, I want to fucking... yeah, I don't do that.
I don't think you do that.
But I think women should be more open to a guy when they ask a fucking question. Hey, then don't get the ass. I mean, don't whatever.
And I feel like women do get the ass. They end up getting butthurt about a male approaching them about the way that they look, when in all actuality, you're trying to do them a fucking favor. You're being nice. You're not being condescending.
Yeah. Well, not to mention the fact that don't women say that when the women go in their clusters, when they fly in flocks and shit? They do that to guys all the time. Look at you with your broke ass looking motherfucker. Look at you. You fucking, don't you think you need to grow some more hair before you talk to me? Shit like that.
I have never.
No, but I'm saying, but when girls are at the club do that shit, they do that. They all, like I said, they fly.
The clubs.
Yeah, they fly in flocks, and they all fucking, they're all going like that, and then,
I don't know about the club life. I don't.
No, but my point being is that,
okay.
But my point being is that in a social setting, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You can't even be in a club. You just be at a sports bar or something like that. And then, you get that one guy that walks up to you and say, hey, how you doing? What's up? Oh, you talking to me? And she's all fucking like that in front of her friends. I'm like, that's when I fucking open up. Oh, okay. And those tits are fake. You need a fucking sandwich. What's the fuck up with the eyebrows? Hey, by the way, you need to fucking, shut that shit up. Holy shit, who you trying to impress? Scrub them feet. Fucking you smell. I can see the hair from here. That type of shit. I go down the list because I'm just trying to, I'm trying to hook up, trying to, talk to you and shit. And if I talk to you and I'm trying to do something and then you want to play that, oh, you talking to me? Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Put the lotion in the basket.
Yep.
You get what you fucking deserve.
The lotion in. Yes.
They're worse in country bars too.
So. Say what?
They're worse in country bars like that shit. You go to country bars in Texas, they're like that. I mean, you go to a normal club, and you fucking go hang out. I know in Fort Worth and Mesquite, and they have some clubs that are like normal clubs. You go and they play music on, you go dancing and stuff like that. And then you have the cowboy clubs, deers, right? And you go in there and the chicks are fucking, they're more brutal in a country club than they are fucking, they are in a normal club. And I was like, yeah, fucking whatever, man. Don't even fucking talk to me. It's even worse when you have that one guy coming up to you. You talking to my girl, and you've never seen him talking to her the whole fucking night, but he likes her. He likes her, and he's like, mine, trying to fucking get on that shit.
Mine.
He walks over there going, oh, you better, So, oh, speaking of which,
If I heard somebody actually talk like that, I don't know how I would
whatever
respond.
you come on. They all talk. When you go in there and they're all fucking. To me, that's what I hear. All of a sudden, my universal dear translator comes on and goes, you better talking to my girl. Oh fuck, here we go. No, dude, I just said hi, excuse me, while I scoot over and then when I said excuse me, she's like, ew, you talking to me? No, bitch, I want to fucking buy beer, and you're fucking right there thinking that because you're a chick, you can just fucking stand there. So, yeah. Anyways, chicks that wear cowboy boots with shorts are the most brutal. No, you mean the most? Yeah. They don't talk like they absolutely talk like that exactly with dips in their mouths. Cause you better shut up. There's my girl right there. That's my girl. You know, you better shut the fuck up and leave my girl alone, dude. I have not seen you talk. Where the fuck you from? You don't talk like me, dude. I just saw you not talk. I've seen you. I've seen this chick all night, and she's not talked to you at all. And I walk up to say, "Excuse me." Then automatically you think you fucking have her. Oh, you don't think girls good looking? You think my girl's ugly? Oh, fucking, you know what I mean? Oh, but dear. Sorry.
You're fine.
That's some of the trials and tribulations when Ice goes to a bar.
Yeah.
So, hey, how you doing? Oh, you dear. Fuck, man. That's why I don't talk. I wait for the chicks to come. I will actually wait and that's probably where the DUI factor comes in, because I will wait till the waitress comes to me, and because some of the bars are too busy. Guys are obviously throwing fucking numbers at these chicks that are working at these bars, and then they go into the it'll take about an hour before you get a fucking beer. So like right before I'm ready to leave, I finally get my fucking beer. I drank and almost get a DUI because I smell booze on you, boy. I'm like, some fucking bitch at the bar didn't wait till like the last minute to give me a fucking beer. So, but yeah, the wad of tobacco in their face, exactly. Do the women fucking sound like that? No, they really, no, to me, they sound. They sound like what I just said. They sound like real. You talk to me like that? Oh my god! You better get Bo over here because he's talking to me, bitch. I said, excuse me. Oh, now you call me a bitch. I'm like, oh god, here we go. Oh, where are we going? Oh fuck, man. No, I ain't gonna fuck you. I'm like, Jesus. I'm not Jesus. I'm like, stop. I want a beer.
I just want a beer, please.
I just want a beer. God, man. Just talking about some past experiences. That's all. Fuck, man. I don't know. Cowboy boots with shorts? I don't know. No different than guys fucking wearing high tops with shorts, I guess. Whatever. Who cares? I don't know. What do you think, Spanx? Do you think that's do you think I'm spot on the chicks in Texas? Right there with the. the going to Cody's.
I have worn.
No, I'm talking about going to Cody's.
I have worn cowboy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm talking about going to Cody's. Like when you go to Cody's in Texas or Gillies, and fucking.
Well, I haven't been to the ones up north. I've been to, like the ones down here, like, in Groon Hall and stuff. And I kind of have to say that I have worn cowboy boots with shorts. So, but I'm not a rude ass bitch unless you fucking touch me. Without,
No, now, whoa. Let's get back to another subject then. If the bar is so fucking packed that it cannot be helped that while I'm walking you bump into me and then you get the ass, then you're fucked up.
No, that's completely different. That's an accident. There's a difference between an accident and intentionally grabbing onto something.
Just talking about some recent experience walking through the bar, and the next thing you know, you take my ass. No, that was the goddamn armrest of the stool that you were sitting in.
Yeah, that's completely different. And I know the difference between, because I've also been in way more crowded, like, subways and stuff in Seoul, and yeah, there is a difference between brushing up against somebody, accidentally touching someone, and flat out touching someone. There's a difference, and I know the difference.
Well, I mean, sometimes when you hang out in the hood, the only difference between that, being there and being in the hood is a fucking cowboy hat. You know what I mean? It's
right.
Fucking annoying as shit.
Like I said, there's a difference. Yeah. I know the difference, and there's a difference between intentionally, grabbing someone and because you're drunk and obnoxious.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, yep, exactly. So that's just like, yep, I'm going to the gun because I know you're going to get your buddies because you're too much of a pussy to fight me fucking by yourself. So you and your buddies are going to go to your truck and get your bat, and I'm going to 44 your ass. So, yeah, fucking it drives me up the wall. Now, have you ever done that when you hit the dating scene, have you done that to guys before? Have you got like an...
Oh, these were back in my younger days, way younger days, when I used to actually go out to like these kind of bars that they're talking about. But yeah, long time ago. But yes, I have actually punched someone that like physically grabbed me on purpose.
Yeah, that's kind of you know, you probably get those guys. It's in the moment.
Yeah, it's in the moment. Now you have a bloody nose, so go on about your day, and I'll go on about mine now.
What about you, Cuffs? You knocked somebody out in a fucking bar before trying to be...
I have. It was a long time ago when I was like PFC Spanky. It was a very long time ago when I first got to Hood, and the bar at that time I think was called Sam Station.
Yeah, Sam Station. What about you, Cuffs? Have you knocked out somebody that's gotten too close to you?
Have I knocked somebody out?
Not knocked somebody out, but, you know, kind of like, hey, dude, did you get all fucking whatever? Had anybody use that excuse? It's a moment. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch you. Can I get your number?
Yes, I have. And no, they did not get my number.
No, I'm just saying. That's like, I've seen that a lot. I like people watching sometimes in a bar because it's funny as shit. And it's smartphones. It's even more awesome. And,
fuck yes, that's the best place. That and the airport. The bar and the airport are the best two places to people watch.
Yeah, exactly. You people watch, and all of a sudden you see a guy walking over there, and he's drunk off his ass. Thinks he can walk on the wall like fucking Neo from the Matrix. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to bump into you. Can I get your number? They do not. Yes, they do talk like that. I want to fucking hear that shit. So. Oh, man.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And then the lights come on, and that's when you see the fucking juggalos walking around. Why don't you want to talk to me? You were talking to me before. Oh, because you look like the fucking saw puppet. Jigsaw's here. Do you want to play a game? Like that. Nope, no way. Ain't gonna take that fucking chance anymore. Holy shit. Oh. But anywho. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Oh, speaking of eyebrows, there's some chick, I guess. There's a Trump was giving a speech, and there's a chick standing behind him that looks like her eyebrows were drawn on, and I guess everyone's like fucking making a big deal about it. And he was talking about healthcare today, right? And then he was just saying, fucking people who are victims of the Obamacare dealio, whatever. And then standing behind this chick was fucking everyone like not paying attention, but then all of a sudden everyone started zoning in on this fucking chick, on her eyebrows, and we were like these fucking if you know what I'm talking about, Spanks, if you could throw that in the mixer chat, you could see the eyebrows. I don't want to put this shit. I'm not gonna hate on this chick because somebody didn't give her the girl maintenance on eyebrows.
Yeah.
But you can put that in the mixer chat so you can make eyebrows get it great again. Exactly. So these are funny. Okay, these are fucking funny. I'm sorry. These are fucking hilarious. As a matter of fact, almost on the same terms that I was saying earlier when I was talking about bitches having filters on the side of their, skull filters and shit like that. But some of the comments where Republicans want to gut health care like this lady did her eyebrows. I'm sorry, that was fucking funny. What the hell? The lady needs health care for her eyebrows. Another person said that the eyebrows need to be repealed and replaced.
Repealed and replaced? That's awesome.
Oh my god. I mean, she's a fairly decent looking chick too. This woman is here to testify how Obamacare ruined her eyebrows. Fucking savage, man. The only victim of Obamacare are these women's eyebrows. Fucking just tearing this bitch apart. Poor chick, man. And she's decent looking, She's because she's women in government have to dress and be kind of a certain way, on both parties. So they kind of dress like whatever from what they thought they're, politicians dress like the guys that are in the army. Like, you ever see a sergeant major when he doesn't know how to dress and he's trying to dress like his soldiers, and he wears like socks up to his fucking knee and shorts and shit, and he has the shorts with a belt with a fucking polo shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what politicians like. Politicians like Dianne Feinstein and Nancy Pelosi, they all dressed still like fucking they were in the 60s and shit.
Yeah.
And so they, whatever. It's threaded, homie. Like you posted in there. You guys fucking savage, man. You guys put it in there. Oh, man. So, yeah. It's fucking crazy. Everyone's hating on this chick because of her eyebrows. Now, look, again. Maybe she's gone through something like that where she can't have eyebrows anymore. Or something, you know what I mean? Maybe there's something that's up with the eyebrows. You know what I mean? Maybe she needs to get some WTF Nation eyebrow classes or something like that. But who grows 90-degree brows exactly?
Is she of a certain ethnic?
No, she's white chick. I mean, she's white, whatever. I mean, she is of Caucasianite looking.
Gotcha.
I can't. What's the right word to say it? I mean, what you can't say, because if you say, I don't want to say white people, because white people makes it sound like I'm fucking all Antifa and fucking Black Lives Matter when I'm not. So Caucasians, American looking. How about that? Is that can I say
American?
That? Can I say that? Fucking is that like really? Is that like a no? I see you now violation of the Mixer Verbal Morality Code for saying that only white people can be whatever. Whoa! What's up with that shit? Why are you throwing them shits in there, man? We WTF Nation Radio, US Army WTF do not expose any type of religious type of stuff unless you want to talk about religion that you don't want to talk about more purely in the historical sense. We at US Army WTF Nation Radio do not even go into that fucking religious stuff, dude, because we have our own. We respect everybody's freedom of speech. So I don't know why you gotta drop that in there, bro. Is it part of the
what
joke?
He said.
Yeah, is it part of a joke or something like that? I don't know. So sorry, Drip. Can I call you Drip? Drip Shafts? Is that your name?
What?
That's his name.
In Mixer?
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Facebook live chat.
Oh.
Yeah, because when people start, when people start spouting the word, when people start talking about the word, then, I don't like doing that, because then you're trying to throw something on me that is, everyone's here for news and entertainment. We're not here to be preachy. We're not here to preach. There's no preaching going on, because that's what churches are for.
Yes.
That's it. So if you're barking up the wrong tree, unless you're making a joke about it, then kind of see something like that. Unless you're trying to make it sound like that's one of those things that what's his name said. What was it? Samuel Jackson on Pulp Fiction. So, anywho, so everyone's hating on this chick's eyebrows. Poor chick, man. Like you said, she's growing some 90-degree eyebrows, and everyone's got the ass, and that's just messed up. Everyone's like, it's kind of funny because everyone's throwing the jokes at her and shit. But as soon as I bet you, if they didn't know who she was, I bet you if someone said that she's gay or something like that, or she's not, or she is a dude or something like that, then everyone would be like, "Oh, you're so." What do they call it now? What ist are you now this time when you're against something that is not normal, then whatever, I guess, if you're not using the proper...
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah. I can't keep track of I can't keep track of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know what ist it is, so...
Yeah.
But anyways, so that's pretty messed up. Hating on some poor chick's fucking eyebrows and shit.
Her brows.
Her brows. Exactly that, D-Max, because you know what? When I was growing up, where I was from... The cholas, they had those eyebrows. That was the big thing back in the day, in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
All the chicks had their fucking... And all the white, you can always tell what ethnicities... Well, you couldn't tell the ethnicities because everyone had their hair sprayed fucking like up like a goddamn... Like the bow of a ship. You know what I mean? Like they can cut icebergs and shit with the fucking so much hairspray. Hairspray? Aquanet was probably fucking rolling in the fucking dough. And they're probably waiting for the hair thing to come back where bitches used to just fucking put a bunch of hairspray in their head and would shape their heads like the Titanic. Or a Coast Guard cutter. You know what I mean?
Yep. They're waiting their turn. It'll happen again. You see all these fucking trends that keep coming back and cycling through and shit like that, like the bell bottoms a few years back and all the I don't know. So the hair thing, yeah, it kind of cycles through. It disappears for a while and then it comes back.
Yeah.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised.
You chicks are hating on this chick with her eyebrows. I want to see what these people look like so that way we can clown on their eyebrows because their eyebrows might be fucking off. You know what I mean? Hey, they're probably hating because they have eyebrow envy or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They can't get them that perfect.
They can't get them that perfect. Hey, she's able to make them fucking perpendicular and parallel to her fucking her bone line on her fucking brow. That's impressive, man.
Yes, it is.
So the brow haters. They're actually exactly the brow haters are probably man bun wearers. So yeah, you're right, D-Max. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
No way, man.
Yes.
Nope. I don't have enough hair to have a man bun thing, whatever. Because it's my hair. I'm old. So when you're old, your hair falls out and shit, and it gets to the point where I'm not doing any ridiculous comb overs and stuff, but
Are you sure?
No way, dude. I'll let that shit grow, and then as soon as it's ready and it's time, I'm bicking it.
You're bicking it?
I'm bicking it. I'm gonna use them bics.
Well, more power to you, bud.
Well, because now it's real hot. So let me get this straight. The thing is now is for guys not to be like in shape. What they call that? The dad bod now?
The dad bod, yeah.
So you don't have to be in shape anymore, so that's cool. Because, so what happens if a chick... See, that's another thing, too. Guys, women can say all this fucking crazy shit and immediately go, you need to respect me, blah, blah, blah. But if a guy says, I have standards and I don't want to date you because I'm just not into that type of woman thing, whatever you want to call it, then the guy's like, we have no whatever. In other words, if a woman says, you ask for a woman's number and say you're back to the same, but you're back at the bar scenario and the same thing. You're not at a bar, you're at a sports bar or something like that, and you're hanging out with some chicks. And then, hanging out with some friends, and you see some chicks hanging out, and then you go up to them and say, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 and they go, oh, hey, how about me? I'm like, no, because, I think that I'm more important. My body shape is more important to you if you get turned down. You know what I mean? That's like fucked up. But a chick, a woman can be fucking picky about the dad bod, but they said dad bods are in. Fucking bullshit. Make up their damn minds. There needs to be a fucking SOP in them shits. But anyways, I feel sorry for that fucking woman. Poor girl. She's looking all, if you look at the picture, she's looking all like emphatic and she's looking really serious about this. It's like, I really want this to work. And I see never.
I'll have to check out the picture after I get up off here in a bit.
Hey, no delayed shit either. I don't want to fucking be funny about it. So.
Say what?
I said no delayed reactions either.
No delayed reactions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be hanging out with you. You got a dad ball. Oh, that's man. What's this mannist? I mean, is that? Can you say that? That's like racist or whatever. Like, what happens if you say? What I'm saying, but if you get turned down, what do men get to say? What do guys get to say when they get turned down by a chick? And
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know. I have no idea. You might have to consult with someone that's been shot down.
Oh, God, I don't know. Just talking about some past experience here. Just recently getting shot down, I guess.
Say what?
Oh, nothing. I'm just talking about getting shot down. Oh, what a day. What a Monday. Man.
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's been, he's dead. Chester Bennington. Yep, got it. Yep.
Yes.
We ain't going to talk about that. Yep, killed himself or whatever. Now there's a fucking conspiracy theory saying that he didn't kill himself, so whatever. Yep. So, in other news... Oh, man. Okay, this is fucking hilarious. This is funny as shit. So there were some women that went on a tubing trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they thought that the river that ran in a circle, like an interstate beltway or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And so these chicks got on the river and then got stranded overnight because they thought the river ran in a circle. So they thought they were, which is funny as shit because everybody knows that most rivers, what do? They go downstream, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So these chicks from Twin Lake, Michigan, I guess they took somebody's advice and said, yeah, just start here and they'll come back where you started. So they're like, oh, okay, cool. So they started their little river tubing. Because in Texas they have little places where they drive you in certain spots, they drop you off, and then you meet to where you're at, right? So they start off their little tubing trip around 4:00, and then 6 hours later.
Oh shit!
They were all floating down the river.
Oh no! Last time they take somebody's advice.
Well, it was already dark and shit, and they were hungry and didn't have no phone to call or anybody, so they were screaming. Could you imagine? You're fishing on the fucking bridge or something like that, and all of a sudden you see these 3 chicks floating by you in a tube, going "Help!" Oh my god!
Oh shit! That sucks.
Yeah, so they, of course, they were really upset because they went down this river and 3 fishermen kind of like, okay, we'll get you. So they trolleyed up to them and then grabbed their inner tubes and then pulled them to safety. And yeah,
my heroes,
my hero. Well, yeah. How do you not know that a river does not go in a circle? I mean,
oh man.
Can I make a Michigan joke? Is that a Michigan joke I can say? I don't know. I'm not know anybody from Michigan. Actually, I know a couple people from Michigan, but they would know that a river is a river. It's good.
Oh man.
How do you make a? How do I know it's going to come back? Well, you take an exit over here. You just float down this way. It's going to go in a circle.
It's like they thought it was some fucking amusement park.
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
Water World or whatever.
Exactly.
Like, no, bitch. Sorry, it does not go in a circle. It is a river going downhill.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the time. Well, because Mix talks about her river trips, right? And she's like, "Oh, cool. And looks pretty fun." She's like, "Hey, we go in here, we do this, we do that, and then we go on down the river, and the bus picks us up." So she tells us all this stuff that's pretty, it's awesome shit. It'd be fun. I haven't been tubing in a while, and but I know, and I mean, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I'm not running on all 12 cylinders, but I do know for a fact that a river only goes one direction. Just saying. Oh my god.
Shit.
We didn't know. No Michigan jokes. What are you talking about? No Michigan jokes. No way, dude. You don't get the craze for what? Somebody says no. You don't get, mommy. What do you mean you're talking about? You don't get the craze for it? What craze are we talking about? Game of Thrones? Or are we talking about the?
No, don't
the
get started on that shit again.
The tubing? No. No, I've already given my report.
Okay, good.
Yeah, exactly. Just float with the locals, exactly. And then you stop. There's some areas that do that. There's some places that make bank by providing, hey, you go down a certain spot, and then there's certain companies that will, like little transportation areas that will drive a bus up. Say, hey, we'll transport you from here to here, and that's it. Don't leave your shit in here because it's ours.
Yeah. There's a couple places like that in Missouri, down near the Lake of the Ozarks, I believe. Kind of, I'd be further south. Yeah, it would be a little bit further south-ish. Further south than Fort Leonard Wood. Sorry. Had to think. Fort Leonard Wood. Lake of the Ozarks, it's real mountainous, and there's lots of places down there where people go to raft and tube and have their kind of like what Minx does.
Yeah, but but it seems you don't hear about anybody getting stuck.
No.
Why would you even report that in the news?
Jeez.
I was floating for 6 hours.
6 hours.
I mean, there's some places that actually have little areas and jetways, so that way it cuts off, and it's like a little circle. I mean, sort of, kind of. It will let you, but the freaking to think that a river is going to go down and then be like a highway, take the take exit 50, and then it'll bring you back here.
Exit 50 onto I-50.
On the I-50, make sure you get off that way you get over there. I thought this was going to go all the way down to make an exit. No way, dude. No,
not how that works.
Yeah, I know when I lived in Arizona for a little bit, there was a place near Lake Havasu. And, Lake Havasu used to be like a really quiet area to go to where, all old people go. And now it's turned to like a fucking, it's like a spring break nightmare. Well, actually, it's not really a nightmare because, there's some woo-woo running around there. But but there's some spots where you can tube, and then you park your car, like what Minx was saying. You park your car, and then you ride. You drive up, and then it puts it out into the lake, right there. So you're not really leaving your car and all that. So, though some of them spots are actually cool as shit. We should set up a fucking tubing trip.
I have never.
You never did it?
I've never done that.
You never done tubing? You're in the Midwest and you don't do Midwest stuff? What the hell?
I've been whitewater rafting.
Okay, that's cool.
In Colorado, but I've never been tubing. It's just never been my thing. The party style was never my thing, and that seems to be what out in water in sun for an extended period of time, drinking beer with titties and shit.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I like it. I like you already. There you go. Oh, you said you haven't done it. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about doing it. Never mind.
Yeah, no, sorry.
No,
not my cup of tea.
No,
I'll drink some beer. I don't know, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not really a big party person, so I think that's, I don't know, kind of a turnoff for me.
No, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
You want to be an adventure person, then tube down the Rio Grande.
Oh God.
You'll float with some other things too.
There he is. He say I deported. There's ICE. They're not the police either. It's the ICE he's talking about on the radio. They said deport me.
Oh man. Hey, so we're overdue a break.
Yes, we are.
So, because we were just bullshitting and throwing freaking crap out and just blabbing, And so we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the FBL feed. However, on Mixer, you'll be able to catch it. And then when we get back on, I'll tell you about some other platforms we're thinking about doing and getting the Geek Squad wrapped up, because now we hired a Geek Squad, and the Geek Squad is like in full fucking effect. So with that, I'm gonna get some shots, and then let me start the Facebook live feed. Shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you doing? Aw, did you find your land nav point, Lieutenant? Good job, Lieutenant. You get a
Expert Action Badge.
Put on your uniform right?
Expert Action Badge.
Show up to work on time.
Expert Action Badge.
Qualify on your weapon.
Expert Action Badge. Badge of Action.
Find your guidon.
Expert Action Badge.
That's right. Just doing your noble warrior task and drills, you get a
Expert Action Badge.
Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Shit in a bag, Pogue. Badge of Action.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Action Badge.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, hey there. Mike Golf here. Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction, constipation, or polycystic ovarian syndrome? If you're like me, and thousands of others, you don't. But what I do have is a prescription for years of suffering from the big green weenie. Take a healthy dose of caffeine, alcohol, and hate, and wash it all down with Sergeant's Time every Thursday at 8 Eastern on WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. Join ICE, Grey Cloud, Doc Madness, and myself, Mike Golf, as we discuss the important issues of the week. The NCO Corps will never be the same.
The bitches, they love visuals.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
And we're back. Welcome back to part 2 of the Monday Edition with Ice and Cuffs. Right now, Cuffs has got to go do some zombie prep shit, so we got Mud Puppy with us. What's going on, Mud?
What's going on? Change out one MP for another.
That's
what
right.
I'm talking
That's
about.
right. Ice loves MPs, baby. Woo! Well, I didn't realize that too. Damn.
Yeah.
That's good shit. So did you hear my my urban Game of Thrones written fucking description? I mean, you as a non-Game of Thrones watcher would understand that you could if you don't watch it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I totally somewhat understood what was going on.
yeah. See, Spanky, see, people, I'm providing a service. U.S. Army WTF Moments, WTF.com. That's what we do. Broadcasting you live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence, where there are no trophies, there are no certificates, no graduates, because everyone's always learning here. Even myself, you can always teach an old dog new tricks.
That's what she said.
Man. Yeah, so hey, no, we don't. I don't do games, because I have so much on my mind that I don't mind talking about blah 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 blah, and I want to get shit out in the open, talk to you guys. Hey, real quick, so we got the Geek Squad now. All right, now the Geek Squad have been tasked. They've been tasked with providing you specific platforms for your listening pleasure. What's going to happen is pretty soon, in case you have not already known, we've already did a little beta test with the main page. So if you go to U.S. Army WTF Moments, you can actually see on the left-hand side of videos or WTF Nation Radio or about or event. You can see it. Click on that. Bam. There's your one location that you can get on and check it out. The next platform that we're going to discuss is going to be the ArmyWTFMoments.com website. So you notice you see a bunch of news and articles coming up on that side. That's where it's coming from. You'll see like a big Jose article and go to ArmyWTFMoments.com and you'll see a little tab that says WTF Nation Radio. The site, the WTFNationRadio.com site as well, is going to get updated as well. So there's a lot of there are plenty of venues and sources for you to get WTFNationRadio.com. I'm just pointing you guys in the right direction to do that. Now, another thing we're going to be doing is we're going to now which I know everyone's like freaking out. We're going to make it available for iOS, for the Macs. So,
Mac people.
So what's wrong with fucking Mac people? You don't like Macs? What's wrong with Macs, dude? Macs are the shit. It's very easy point and click. So easy MPs could use it. Trust me, you'll be good. But Mac systems and all that, so that way you can log in, jump in iOS, and then use that operating system as well. So again, we're trying to get pretty cool, pretty up there on the technology skills. The Geek Squad speaks nothing but O's and zeros and codes and HPIs, VPNs, whatever the fuck that, I don't know. They fucking hieroglyphics to me on the geek side, so I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Yeah. Anti-disestablishmentarianism type stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not, talking about networking stuff that I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, because I don't. I just push buttons and then they say, here you go, and then the Geek Squad gets mad when I push the wrong button. So, but anyways, yeah. So those are the pretty much the platforms. And as a matter of fact, on ArmyWTFMoments.com, you can go to the WTF Nation Radio tab and see the same dashboard for Mixer in there. And if you don't want to hear something that we would stream, you don't want to go through the Mixer app, or you want to go through Mixer, you want to go old school, you can go to that fucking little thing right there. There's another play button right there, just like the little play button on the old one, on the original website that's going to get revamped as well. You're going to see another play button. Just hit that, and it's the same stuff without no Facebook Lives, without no specific codes or what the fuck ever. So, to try it. Yeah, you like it. But yeah, I don't like doing those games. Probably because I don't know how to do it, but I don't want to do the games because Redacted goes in there and fucking kicks everybody's ass all the time, and I like to play the games. So
he cheats.
Well, yeah, I like to play the games and focus on the games and kicking ass, and You know, I know what he does. He's got faster webs, so his webs comes up. He hurry up and types it in the Google box, like when he does trivia murder porn, and he does that shit. He fucking does, man. He Googles it. Wait, Redacted's a chick, right? Or no, it's a dude. Wait, which is the chick? I can't remember. But
are you assuming Redacted's identity?
I just know by the names, and as soon as I say, I think it is. I think he is a dude.
Spanky says yes.
Oh, okay, Spanky. All right. Have you confirmed, Spanky, that Redacted is a guy?
I have confirmed.
Okay,
unless he is a very mannish-looking woman.
Oh, with perpendicular eyebrows.
His eyebrows are okay for a dude.
Poor woman. Picking on that poor woman. She's probably like the cure to something. She's probably, you know, the one fucking woman that can save somebody's life and shit like that. That next thing you know, she fucking dicks you over. She's gonna be standing over you and shit with her fucked up eyebrows, and where you're like, oh, what'd you say about my eyebrows? Yeah.
I'm an eyebrow expert. You don't know this yet?
Well, no, I'm just saying, but you know, you've seen my eyebrows. And they're all right for a guy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
oh, you have fabulous eyebrows.
Oh, thank you. So, shut up, Mud. She knows what I look like. But so, anyways, in other news, I guess there's some political drama going on in the National Weather Service that everyone's pissed off about, and it just so happened that the next major hurricane is Hillary. Which
why?
Well, because you know there is a listing of the National Hurricane Center, and what they do is no shit. They have a list, and it's just by whatever, and they have a long list of names that they just throw on there, and it's just purely coincidence that this hurricane is fucking, you know, named Hillary. So now everyone's all fucking, oh, you named a hurricane, whatever, because everyone was talking about. There's one time, what was it? It was Hurricane Katrina. And another hurricane that was a female, and everyone's like, oh, it's going to be a female. Because they went through some fucking science about it and also this shit. And they had like a long list of all these names that they use up. And they like, just no shit. It's just whenever the next hurricane comes up, they just grab it from the pile of names. Well, this one just happens to be Hillary. And as she's been churning. Wait a minute, let me say it like this. So she has been churning and strengthening over the south of Mexico.
Well, there's actually two lists. There is, I just looked it up, there's the Atlantic tropical and subtropical.
Well, I mean, I don't want to... Yeah, go ahead.
Eastern North Pacific.
I don't want to get in the weeds of all that stuff because not everybody's fucking high-speed, you know, Air Force weather special operations guys. You know what I mean? So they were the only ones that would be like, ooh, yeah, let's talk about weather. So that would be the only... Yeah, got it. But like you said, though, right? There's already a listed name. Male, female, A to Z.
Yep.
And the beginning of the hurricane season starts with A. Like, right, Pookie. See? Fuck yeah, Pookie. See? Pookie's got my back. Shit. So,
And Z this year is Zelda.
Z, yeah, exactly. So, again, it's purely coincidental. People are saying now that the National Weather Service is now talking about... Now there's going to be jokes about Hurricane Hillary. Well, just ironically, yes, because it's Hillary. Fuck yeah, dude. Make some fucking jokes. She's on the path moving northwest, staying away from center. See, if you talk about... Everyone's calling it the storm, because they used to say her when they talk about the weather. They would say she or her and all this other stuff. But now, because it's got Hillary in there, everyone's calling it the storm. They're not calling about anything else. She's expected to pick up and move over the next 48 hours. I'm throwing the she's in there, not the article. She has maximum sustained winds of 75 miles an hour. Go figure. With higher gusts. Hurricane force winds extend outward from 10 miles an hour. Man, there is no coastal watches or warnings in effect as a result of her. Yeah, exactly. She's going to fucking Hawaii. W is probably going, God damn it, I wish I was still president. Shit. Now's the time to get her.
So what they're saying is Hillary is looking to destroy America again.
Exactly. Hillary's coming back to cause fucking damage to this fucking country. And now she's coming back as a storm. So, what's up, Aaron? How you been, man? So
hey,
Aaron.
Hey, on a brighter side, in the Atlantic region, Jose gets a storm this year.
Yeah, exactly. Oh well, thank you for the commentary there, of the running commentary there, Glenn. We appreciate it. We have other platforms to which we're using it. Not everybody has the Facebooks, so unless there's another platform we could do that. We're actually, transmitting on several different platforms. So 20 viewers. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Glenn. We appreciate it. God, good boy. Oh, just give this man a cookie. Good job, Glenn. We appreciate it. We appreciate your service, Glenn.
Yeah, because we're on TuneIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Mixer, we're on Facebook.
Yep.
And we have our own app.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, thanks, Glenn. We appreciate it. Appreciate it, Glenn. We like you. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you for the blow-by-blow of how many viewers we got. Doesn't matter if we have 200, 2,000, or 0. We're still going to broadcast on whatever. So, it's not I don't know. Unless you're trying to troll, because if you're trolling, then... yeah. We love the trolls. So anyways. Yeah, so Hillary. Yes, indeed. So, in other news, I just thought it was funny that it was just one more time Hillary was going to be a pain in the fucking ass. But a man has been ordered to pay $65,000 in child support for a kid that doesn't belong to him.
How?
Well,
he got put on the birth certificate.
Yes, he got put on now everyone's saying that, he's ordered to pay it, and for a kid it's not his, and fucking whatever. So a Texas man is battling a court order that mandates that he pays tens and thousands of child support, here's what happened. So in 2003, a Texas court ruled that this dude had to pay child support to his ex-girlfriend who'd recently given birth because she vowed there was no way he wasn't the rightful dad. And so he's raising 3 kids of his own and 2 nephews and claims that he was not aware of this and then, found out about child support payments just fucking last year when he got served papers. And so it's like, okay, well, just DNA test this shit and see what it is. Come to find out that it's not his kid. So Texas Code Chapter 161 states that if one is not the biological father, they still owe support payments that are accrued over the paternity test proved otherwise. So that means that until he was proven that he wasn't the dad, he's supposed to fucking pay this shit? Man, fuck that. I don't fucking think so.
She roped him.
Yeah, she did. Definitely roped him. It's fucking bullshit. Whatever, man. You would think that Texas would have a little bit more of a law that when it came to that stuff. Well, unless you sign that, yeah. I don't know. See, but Texas is kind of back and forth when it comes to that. You know what I mean? If you, I don't know. I guess because of my multiple, I'm the reigning champion of divorces in Texas and child support. I've never had an issue with that. You know what I mean? I guess it would be an issue of the state and how would you sue back? Well, the dude's already got like 3 kids and shit. And he's ordered to pay $65,000 back. You know what I mean? Or to pay to who? Because you have to put in a fucking you have to put in what they call something where you have to do a mandatory garnishment to take it. Take the money. Fuck it. Take my money. See what fucking happens. But it's fucking no big deal about that. I mean, again, I have, I don't know, a few childrens to fucking hang out, and I could say that I've paid my bills and paid where I'm supposed to pay, but to all of a sudden someone have this chick come in and say, oh, this is my kid, and then prove, I don't get it. I mean, I've not, wait, he's from Houston. Isn't Houston got some fucking crazy ass fucking, some crazy ass shit going on with their laws?
That I don't know. Spanky. She's our Texas girl.
I'm trying to look it up. Well, I'm trying to look it up, but as far as I know about Texas child support laws, it's just a certain percentage. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how much money, your spouse makes or your soon-to-be ex-spouse. because I've dealt with Texas child support, but that's like a bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. There's no history of it. You know what I mean? There's nothing that would say that you owe back child support or whatever. I mean, the guy didn't know it was his fucking kid. I mean, of course, would believe, but
yeah, that would be something new. Like I said, I've never heard of any case like this before. I would have to research that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and then the kid just now showed up. Hey, he's she's a nice, she's I guess it's a daughter or something like that. Had a little daughter, but the whole time he didn't know. I mean, there's something fishy with that shit.
Yeah, the only thing I know is just make sure you pay it through the OAG, because if not, it's considered a gift and they won't count it.
Oh, snap.
Whoa, say that again.
If you don't pay it through the Office of Attorney General, like if you're paying it directly to the mother or father, exactly. Whoever is the custodial parent.
Well, no, some states do it differently.
They won't count it.
Some states do it differently. Some states say that as long as you had proof, like your LES, trust me, I'm speaking from experience. But you're right. If you got to go through the OAG in Texas, so that way you get the credit for it. And that's bullshit.
Yeah, because I had to sign, like I said, my ex-husband, the girl's dad, was giving me money, when we were separated before our divorce was final.
Yeah.
And I actually had to sign, an affidavit saying, yes, he was paying me money. Yes, I want you to count this as his back child support, because they were going to, charge him all this money. And, we had a pretty amicable divorce.
Yeah.
Or else they were going to charge him all this back child support when he was giving me money when we were separated, because, the girl was pretty young and daycare was, really high then. And he was paying, but they were not going to count any of that money that he was giving me, even though, yes, he had proof of it. And I had to say that, yes, I want you to count that as back child support. But if I'd have said no, I could have totally screwed him.
Yeah, see, I'm glad you have honor as a woman to not take, because that's messed up. It's always the guy that gets fucking hammered in this shit. No one ever sees the guy's situation in this whole thing. The guy could have a stable home, could have a steady income, and the mother could be the ultimate in crack whorisms and not even see the kid. When the kid tells you that you see the kid more than the mother does, and you only have weekly visits, there's something fucking wrong.
Yeah,
and it's sad as shit. But yeah, what I don't fucking get is that it's always revolving around the woman getting. God, man, we're just talking about women left and right today. Bunch of damn women. Yeah, the damn women just with their child support, and they're trying to make me pay. It's not my daughter. You can't make me pay that crap.
That video of that little kid going, "You're not my daddy."
Yeah, exactly.
Coming to mind.
Well, no, the thing is that I feel sorry when parents start, and this is both sides, not just women and or the male or the the man. It's just sad to see women or the kid. I keep saying women, yeah, because sometimes it's mostly the women. Use the kid as a weapon or as a pawn instead of not looking at the kid's well-being. Do you, as someone who's receiving child support, think that you deserve $1,800 a month for one kid? And do you think that, what is it? I mean, it should be like a fucking breakdown. Some of that crap fucking... Yeah, exactly. Somebody got paid for overpaying because you didn't pay what was supposed to happen. That sucks, man. You have divorces that go into court and they go into whatever because of a spouse. I will just say that. A spouse thinks that they're entitled to a specific style of living or something like that due to the fact of what they used to live like. Bitch, you came into this fucking relationship like this, and now you're going to leave like that. That's it. You came into if the relationship's already fucking done, you don't get any of that shit of part of the being of the relationship. You know what I mean?
This ain't a COLA payment.
Yeah, exactly. But and that's another thing too. They will end up saying, "Well, this is the lifestyle that I was accustomed to." Accustomed to, bitch. You left the lifestyle. The way I say it should be a lifestyle issue. If you divorce the individual, you are divorcing the lifestyle.
Yes.
Not the. I mean that individual created that lifestyle for you. Because I've known, you can say you're saying not. So there was individuals that wanted to see the kids, but the mother was always, yeah, that's a good point, Kevin. Exactly that. He paid what he could, okay? If you, ladies, men or women, it doesn't matter. Nation, if you're going out to court and you say you're going to clean somebody's fucking clock in court, you're not realizing that you're hurting that individual to support that kid, because I know what's going to happen. In the vicious cycle of divorce, that kid will never be seen, because instantly people going through a divorce will use their kid as a fucking weapon, as a pawn, as a matter of control. And if you fucking do that, then you're a worthless piece of fucking shit. At that point, the relationship is over with you and that your spouse, not the kid and your spouse. That is still the kid's mom, or that is still the kid's dad. You don't involve yourself in this shit and then say, whatever. And now, obviously, up to a specific age, the child will be able to say, yeah, I, just watching what's going on. Here's what I have ever, and this is what I don't want to live with my dad, because, it's the kids, kids are growing up. It's not nothing against the parent. It's, some kids don't want to live with you, because if you live in a 1-bedroom apartment and, you fucking, it's just, you have no toys or something like that for the kid to play, the kids will remember that stuff. So you have to key in on that stuff. But the way
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, you're right. Go ahead.
No, I completely agree, because there was a time where me and the girl's dad really didn't want to talk to each other. We were going through, we talked to each other when we absolutely had to, but I'm not going to keep him from talking to his daughter. So, people could say the girl was spoiled, but that's why she had a cell phone when she was 7, so he could call her whenever he wanted to, and I didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's understandable. A parent should never keep a kid from communicating with their other parent, period.
Yeah, I can't. I've seen it go both ways. I've seen the mom use the kid as a pawn, and I've seen the dad use the kid as a pawn. And it weighs on the kid more than anything.
I was about to say, that's the next point, what Glenn just put in the Facebook live chat. It's a lifestyle issue, but the idea is that the child doesn't need to change their lifestyle. And that's true, because, the kid, according to the kid, that's a good point too, Glenn. The kid is going through life. No, I've been divorced more than that, D-Max. Everyone's like, huh? How long have you been divorced? But you're right. The kid will go from a lifestyle of having all of his toys and just having their lifestyle, and then all of a sudden disheveled. In my divorces, I've done everything in my power to ensure, and there are just some things that in life, growing up, should be, for instance, little girls should be with their moms. Period. There is nothing as a man, me, could ever show my daughter how to be a woman. That's why she has a mom. It's important to keep the relationship between her mom and her dad. However, there are some things that are mom that you talk about. I mean, like I said, I got 2 girls and a boy, and so my oldest is in her 20s, and there are just some things that I, as a dad, cannot give to her because I'm not a woman. I don't know what women go through with some stuff. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I only see the fucking aftermath, You fucking asshole, fucking goddamn, what's that time of the month? You can't say that to your daughter. You know what I mean? You can't say that to your kid. So what it is that the mom has to be with her daughter. And women take that to the extreme. And guys, I'm sorry not to sound like a dick, but what can you do as a man to raise your daughter to be a woman? You're a fucking dude. There's nothing you could do as a man. I'm sorry. Deep down inside, no matter how much you think you could raise your daughter to be, it just shit happens. If your daughter needs to be the girl that she wants to be or could be or whatever, don't hate on the fucking mom and you're in that position where you can't allow your daughter not to see her. Fuck, dude, you're being a dick about it then. Some people get pretty pissed off when I say that. Oh, no, fuck that, man. Fucking bitch, whatever. Now, of course, if she's a fucking crackhead or a prostitute or something like that, and is a possible endangerment, but I've had friends, I've had battles, I've had commanders, I've had fellow first sergeants and sergeants major that have had issues with their spouses where what's at one extreme. They both get along, everything's good to go, and there's no issues, and I have the one where there's like fucking drama for no fucking reason. No fucking reason. Hey, why are you keeping your daughter this weekend? Well, my wife pissed me off. That's not your fucking issue, bro. You need to give your fucking let your daughter go hang. Well, no, man, you don't understand. It's not my business, bro. But you're a dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, exactly that. Good point too. It's scientifically proven that your daughter will marry your character. So,
I'm so screwed.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's what I'm saying. But you're not divorced, are you? I mean, you're fucking no, exactly. So you have what they would say a typical family, a connected family or whatever. But when you start going into the field of the field of divorce, anyways, it just fucking sucks. I mean, there's shit happening. Yeah. Fucking, Xbox getting fucking destroyed because the bitch is pissed off at you. Fucking, motorcycles being threatened to be sold and the bitch doesn't fucking ride. Guns being taken. Shit being sold. The guy's being a dick. She's seeing somebody while you're separated, but then when she sees you with somebody, she gets the ass. There's a lot of fucking drama going on. You as a man owe it to your daughter to let her be with her mom so that way the raising right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just because I didn't get along with my wives or I had issues with my ex-wives does not mean that they were bad moms. Does that make sense? They may have been bitches in a fucking relationship, but it doesn't. But they were good moms.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, that's completely on point. See, I'm a kid of a divorce, and I seen that a lot. I spent half my time with my mom, and then, let's see, I think Michigan, it's 14 or 15. You can choose who you can live with, but between my sophomore and junior year, I went and lived with my dad.
Yeah.
Because my mom's like, I don't know what to do with you anymore. Go.
Well, and that's another thing, and that's exactly that. At that point, I don't want to say the novelty of having a little boy is over. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The novelty.
She'll tell you that.
Yeah. The novelty of, straight up, you're like, oh well. What now? At that point, what you as a woman can teach a little boy, you can't teach him anything. So
now, don't get me wrong. My stepdad stepped up as a father figure.
That's what I'm talking about. So did mine. Well, my parentage has been the result of deaths in the family. So my bio dad died, and then my mom remarried, and then he raised me since I was a little guy, and then he passed. So my upbringing has been it's not really a divorce situation, I guess you would say, but I've lost a dad. But you're right. My stepdad, he's my dad. He raised me from being a little dude, and that's it. He's my dad.
Yeah, I call my stepdad dad.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that.
And I hate to say it, but he's been, more of a father figure than my bio dad.
Yeah.
But, growing up in a bigger city, I seen a lot of divorces and stuff even in the 90s. It was almost unheard of, mid-90s that parents getting divorced, early mid-90s.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just one of those things that still didn't happen.
It was a big deal that it was like when 5 divorces happened in a movie. That was it. What was it? Kramer versus Kramer came out because in this 80s and 70s, the divorce peaked to 8 in the state. Yeah. So a guy wrote a book about it. This is a fucking travesty. 8 divorces in the state. Write a book. But exactly, it's you chose your spouse. It's not your problem to deal with. Not the child. Exactly that. I'm a big defender when it comes to the kid. I don't force my kid with anything. I don't lead into questions. I kind of like my time with my daughter when we do visitations and stuff like that. Is my time. It's my time with her, and it's not about her mom. So hey, what do you want to hang out? Blah blah blah. I know she has her little habits. I know what her favorite cereal is. I know what her favorite colors are. I know how she likes to have her room. It's got to be set up a certain way. So I don't mess with her chi. You know what I mean? So, and then we'll talk about some stuff, and then next thing you know, she's like, "Hey, Dad, blah 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 blah. How about you? Here, you want to call your mom? I have no problem. I have the open lines of communication open. So here, hang on, let me get the phone. Here, FaceTime, and you can go ahead and walk away and FaceTime. I don't sit there and spy on my little girl while she's talking to her mom. And say, oh, are you talking about me? No, I don't do that crap. You have a question that your mom is, got a question for your mom. It's because dads can't answer that question. Now, if it's dad stuff, Dad, when you're working on something and you have the ballast from your lights coming up, blah, 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 what do you do? Oh, well, let me show you. So my daughter also helps me. You know, if there's a fixture that I need to take down, or there's something I need to work on the truck, or working on the bike in the garage, and my daughter will come, you know, pull up a chair and sit down. And she's like, "What are you doing that for?" I'm like, "Well, because this, and I have that, blah, blah, blah." So that's it. You gotta fucking, you know, you gotta raise. You're mentoring them. You're not even involving their parents at all. In other words, you're the other parent, I should say. You're not talking about when you have visitation nation. If you're a dad or a woman, if you're, like I said, a man or woman, and your child is visiting with you, it's not a collection point. You're not collecting on your kid. You're not using your kid as a source and saying, "Who's mommy hanging out with? Is it a lot of people? Who's it at? Where's she at? What do they look like? Are they girls? Are they boys? You know, whatever. The fuck." So,
which uncle's been staying the night at the house?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't need to bring that shit up, because you know what's happening on your end? The same fucking thing. You know, if it's not brought up, and you know, my daughter has said, "Oh, who hangs out with," you know, because I know how it works, and my daughter's like, I'll get a phone call, Princess I said blah 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 blah. I'm like, "Oh yeah, well, what happened?" "Well, she said that blah 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 blah." I'm like, okay, that's not what happened. And this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. And then that weekend when it's time for visitation, Princess Ice will go, "Sorry, Dad. All I did was just say that it was the girl that came by to drop the food off." And she went into it. Because, you know, you have that mobile delivery stuff now. It's almost like Uber for food now. They have these mobile waiters now that you could use. You gotta check it out. Some of the larger cities, you can use this mobile waiter. You can app, and it has like a listing of restaurants that will go pick up for. So you just order online, and they do that. Well, that's what it was. It was the fucking mobile waiter chick to bring chow. And so the mobile waiter chick was like, "Okay, thank you very much." So my ex asked my daughter, "Hey, so Princess Ice, did Dad have any visitors?" "Oh yeah, some girl came by, dropped off some food." "Really?" Next thing you know, are you fucking serious?
You can't even cook for our daughter now?
Exactly. That's exactly what. "Oh, why did you order that? You cook Mexican food all the time. Now all of a sudden you decide not to cook for our daughter?" I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" That one time she wants a fucking pizza, or that one time she likes Italian food, then the one time she wants to get like a calzone or something like that, and then I order it, and the next thing you know, I'm getting the fucking third degree over some shit that, you know, that's exactly that. You don't use your kid as a source. You don't use that for an interrogation. I don't care what as long as, and here's the thing, as long as the safety of my child or children, because I got more than one child of divorce. As long as my children are safe and my little one knows that they can talk to me about anything they want, and that is presented up to me, I don't dig. I don't. You know,
yeah.
I really don't dig. I mean, you know, and of course, no, don't get in the fucking, don't get in the argument about how it is in court. All the stuff that women tell you in court, that tell you like during the courtship, "I would never do this to you. I love you." You know, "You're my heart. I will never do this to you. You're never gonna leave me. I'm never gonna leave you. I love you. There's nothing I'd ever do to hurt you," until you go into fucking court. And then next you know, the chick's like fucking T-Rex in Jurassic Park. You know, wow, really? Why is Ice fucking running, dude? No way, dude. I'm serious. It fucking just blows me away, because then you're, because me, I'm too trusting. That's my problem. I really am too fucking trusting. I expect when someone tells me, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that to you, man, you're good." I mean, I have a level of trust, you know, because I expect my fellow man here in America, so it tells me that they're not going to fuck me over, then, you know, I'm not going to get fucked over. Or woman. You know, when we're deployed, different story. When I'm wearing the Kevlar and I got the fucking, you know, I got the body armor on, war crime central, I guess you would say. Or can be suspected of. let me write that. Anything stated in WTF Nation Radio. Yeah. So yeah, I don't freaking, I don't know, man. I just, the way
I'm with you. I don't get it. I don't know how people can can use their kid as leverage.
I'm available right now.
WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air. What's up?
And I'll give you a call back as soon as possible. Thanks.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may...
Oh, okay. So, hey, let me call you back, man. Don't hang up. I know you're trying to get a talk. You want to talk and throw it in. Just let me add you to the call, man. Keep your phone free. If you call up at WTFNationRadio.com, because it's one thing that, trust me, the Geek Squad's going to work on. You'll be able to just drop right in instead of us having to pull you back. So if you get a call and you get hung up on, don't sweat it. I'm going to pull you back in. So let's try it again. Let's see what happens. Awkward.
You reached Glenn.
No.
I'll give you a call back.
No. Okay. Sorry.
Why is Princess Ice running around their house screaming, "I'm gonna kill you," but I love you?
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's another thing too. That's why kind of everyone's like, how come she doesn't play GTA? Okay, when you guys play GTA with my kid, she knows actually some of the people that play GTA. She knows them personally, like in real life, And yeah, I'm trying to take some calls, man, but you got to wait till you fucking. I told you. Hang on. Now I'm gonna call you back. I know who you're trying to call. Hang on. Yeah, Geek Squad, you're hearing this shit, right? Calm your tits, caller. We gonna get you. But anyways, she plays WTF Nation Radio. You're on the air.
Hey, and I was kind of busting you guys' balls about the whole Hillary thing, and that you know what? It really kind of irks me because the election's over, and some of those kind of issues, it just kind of gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
I know, like, you got people out there that want to keep riding on this, and you got Hillary, hurricane. It's just bullshit. I don't want to hear no more about it. But going into the divorce thing, the problem we have is you got two people who get together and they want to screw, and they have a kid, and then all of a sudden there's a problem when, our personalities don't match, and then the kid's involved. And I went through this. My mom and my dad got together at a young age, and my mom and my dad, I think both tried to stay together for a long time, and it just didn't work. And then we went into this play each other against each other with the kids kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not so much my mom, but my dad did it more than that because he had a drug problem.
Yeah, that sucks too because he wants you to play. He wants to play you against your mom. You know what I mean? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I literally sit down and watch my dad put a rifle in his mouth and ask me which one I wanted to choose. So it's really kind of a messed up situation. And the bad part of it is now it's like we're talking years later that this whole deal is over. And yeah, you're divorced. Okay. I have a great stepdad. There was another guy that was talking about, on your comments that was, the stepdad was probably one of the best things that happened to him, I have a great stepdad. And my dad, I still have contact with him, but, he still has his vices, but I think it comes down to, honestly, a character issue. It's selfishness. When you take your kids and you play them against your spouse, and that's your kids, man.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's what I was saying. You don't use your kid as an intelligence fucking outlet either. You don't use it to grab intel. You hang out with your kid. You don't use that against anything for your ex-spouse. You are there to be with your kid. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. But it's kind of a sad situation in America, and it's kind of rampant. But our kids, they're growing up without parents. Where I was talking about, in my comments, where you got to be there for your daughters, dads, and you know, and you got to be there for your sons because, you know, my sons, they learn how to treat women
Exactly.
from me.
Exactly.
Now, me and my wife, you know, we don't see eye to eye, but when the kids are around, you know, it's, hey, your mom said this or do this or whatever it might be. And, you know, I don't ever see us getting divorced, but even if we did, I'm, you know, listen, we loved each other.
Yeah.
That's how we got together.
Yep.
And we met in Germany. She was Puerto Rican. I'm Tennessean. So, I mean, it's kind of,
Whoa.
sounds like a bad joke.
Dude, what a combo, man. What a combo.
Yeah, and she was born Roman Catholic, and I'm a Baptist. So,
oh,
you know, we've had
man.
Yeah, so we've had to work through some issues, but, you know, we still love each other, and I can't really see, you know, she can get kind of vicious. She's Puerto Rican, so, you know, so, but I could never see holding my kids as a pawn, and I think, like, going back to what I was saying before, that's a character issue from the start. If you can literally sit down and take your kids and hold them against your spouse. Now, like you said, it was different if it was a safety issue. Like, for instance, my dad hasn't really changed. You know, he still, like, drinks way too much. And, like, you know, I drink every night, okay? But I don't get in the car with my kids. I come home. I have my beer. I sit on the front porch. I listen to y'all's bullshit. And, you know, my kids come out and talk to me. We talk or whatever it might be. They have an issue. I talk with them about that. You know, I give them rides on the tractor. I'm from Tennessee. But I could never imagine, like, playing my kids against my wife because I know that, like, my wife has my kids' best interests at hand. Even though we don't agree, she's, like, way liberal and I'm very conservative.
Yeah.
So you can imagine her household: Roman Catholic, Baptist, conservative, way liberal.
You better be careful. Is she listening? Is she listening? Is she listening on too? Because I don't want to get a call from her and know.
No, she was just out here. No, she went inside to yell at the kids.
No, okay, got it. No, but you bring up a good point, man. I mean, a lot of it is a character issue. There's a lot of days society now is breaking down what are the roles of what a man should be and what a woman should be. And it's nothing to do with trying to say who's trying to be offensive or whatever. Like, no shit, there are men out there that don't know how to raise kids by themselves because, like you've said before, they've not been mentored. They don't look to the left and the right to some of their buddies. I mean, I got friends that have raised all, 2 girls, 2 boys, and single parents. And I tell them, dude, how do you do it, man? And he's like, well, hang out. And the guy's not, he's a widower. He had lost his wife. And and he's just, I'm like, dude, you don't like want to go get like he's like, no, dude. He's like, I'm actually having kind of a good time. I'm getting to know the kids. I'm understanding that and all that. But he reaches out through some support systems. I'm like, God, dude, I don't know how people do it.
Well, it's just really good judgment.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You look at your kids and you think, what do I want for my kids? And, like I said, I'm extreme conservative. But on the other side of that, if you want to be open-minded, you have to be open-minded, and understand other people's views. And I'm not going to get religious on your station, but you can't be like shut down to every
No, you're right.
My wife, like I said, I mean, it's just like
no, you're right. But
call somebody an asshole because they don't believe what you believe.
Exactly that. Exactly that. You get told somebody like right now. There's an actor that allowed their little boy, who probably doesn't know better, to dress like Harley Quinn at Comic-Con. And everyone thought that was like freaking that was you were total dad.
Boy didn't come up with this on his own.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
you gotta guide your children to do the best thing, and I always tell my, it comes down to, the golden rule, in my opinion, is treat people how you want to be treated. We got some crazy, like way left people out there, and they don't even understand why they are where they're at. And they try to make arguments, and they have no thought process behind it, But, those things are important for your kids, man. You got to have them well-grounded.
Yeah.
And understand why, do you feel this way? Well, why do you feel this way?
Well, more
And
of
then
it.
you go into these
Yeah, more of it should be
Go
just like you just said, the golden rule stuff. Treat people how you want to be treated. Respect always comes first to your elders. Law enforcement is to be respected. If never lie, and be honest about things. That is the golden rule. When you start,
That's very simple.
Yeah, very simple shit. I mean, everyone talks.
People are like confused about how to be a parent. You know, teach your girls how to seek out a man that, you know, is responsible and wants to be with you know somebody that he has grounds that he stands on, but they're good grounds.
Well, I appreciate that tip. Yeah, I appreciate that tip, bro. But I'm not seeking shit out for my daughter. She did that. I'm like, you can't get married until you get divorced.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a rough world out there, man.
It is.
I get it, man. But to me, you know, like I was saying before, it's very simple. You know, it's simple. Just give your kids good character qualities. And you know what? And you know, my kids come to me. I smoke and I drink, and my kids, you know, and never is it good to look at them and say, "Do as I say, not as I do." You know, so that's something I have to deal with, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you're teaching them, hey, this is not the way it's supposed to be, and this is, you know, this you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do that, and here's why, or whatever. I mean, that's nothing wrong with it. I mean, because you know, kids, you've heard the term from the mouth of babes. Then, Dad, why do you do it? You know what I mean? They kind of looked at you like oh yeah, okay, you little shit, you got me. Yeah.
But you know, our kids look at us like gods. I mean, they look at us like, you know, and man, I get so tired of this crap of this fighting. Like I told you I don't know if you read all the comments.
Oh yeah, I see all the comments.
You know, I can't even have a birthday party for my kids and invite both my parents. It's ridiculous. I mean,
that's unfortunate,
happened
man.
Like 20-some years ago.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That sucks, especially and like you just said, something that's in the past that it seems to be the same way. Yeah, it's exactly that. It's hurting them, and of course, the kids don't know what's going on. They want to see grandma and grandpa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't want to see all this. They don't want to see bullshitting going around and arguing and fighting. They're there for their birthday party. Now, I mean, more power to you, man. that's gotta suck.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. But if I could say something,
go for it
for this situation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't ever use your kids against your spouse, and don't listen. If you know what, like I said before in my comments, if your spouse is fucked up, you chose them, not your kids.
Yep.
So you have to figure out what's, you know, like my dad, my kids don't go and stay the night at his house because I can't trust him not to take off drinking and driving with them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I mean, and I think he understands that. He's never come to me and said, "Why can't the kids come to my house?" You know, and it's. But you know what? I don't hate him for that. That's just who he is. You know, and you know, if he wants me to bring the kids over and we can all sit on the porch and drink beer and I know he's not going to run off with the kids drinking and driving, then you know we have a good time. But he knows his flaws, and it's just like, you know, just get along, man. Just get over the shit.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's all it's and I appreciate you calling, man, about this, because we break balls all the time, so don't ever take that we're being personal or something like that. So
no.
As soon as I saw where you were going at, then as soon as I saw where you're going, that's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take this call. But the thing is that the kid situation, and we're talking about the golden rule, we're talking about society. How many times now to where men don't know how to act like fucking men? I mean, I'm not your friend. When I'm talking to my kid, I am your dad, and my daughters know this. And I say, who am I? Who am I not? I mean, it literally to the point because one of my daughter's friends said that I'm friends with my dad, and then my daughter sticking up for me says like, well, I'm not friends with my dad. He's my dad. That's better than a friend. You know what I mean?
And you know, the nice thing about having my wife here is she gets to rein me in, because like I am a dad, you know, and I'm like. It's like, well, there's this boy, and I'm like, I'll kill him.
Yeah.
You know? My wife's like, you know, come on, you know.
That's dad rule right there, exactly. Exactly that. That's a fucking dad rule. If you are a dad and not worried about your daughter, just period, or worried about any of your kids, it doesn't matter. I mean, more hypersensitive to the girls though.
Yeah.
You know,
That's important for the girls.
Yeah.
Important for the girls.
Oh my God, trust me. My oldest, her prom date thought that I was going to show up with, black helicopters fast roping into her prom. So they were really worried. I had up-to-date mobile apps tracking and everything. I had everyone where they were hanging out and all this other stuff. And they weren't giving it. My daughter had no idea this was happening. And then after the prom, I was like, "So did you have a good time?"
Yeah.
And then she's like,
and that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's part of being a dad. And unfortunately, when these parents get to fighting, they push that situation out, and you need the dad there. And that's the problem, with kids growing up. Even with growing up with their grandparents, it's they just don't hold that merit that a mom and a dad hold.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't get along, man, you're stripping your kids of stuff, of character and things they need for the future. But a lot of this has to go down to, like, in our area. I live in East Tennessee. Is drugs, man. It's bad. I mean, these, and like I said, it goes back to a character issue. It's selfish, and I think, it's if drugs are more important to your kid, it's just a bad situation, man. But that's the demise of our country.
Yeah,
it's not raising our kids right.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, because they're the little shits that are tearing up not our kids, but I would say our kids, as in a generality speaking. Our kids are the ones that are throwing fucking chairs and rocks at fucking cops right now. I never fucking seen this shit.
They've not been raised right.
Exactly.
My kids are scared to death of police officers, but not because if my kids are doing the right thing, they're saying, yeah, this is what's going on. But I guarantee if a cop and they've done something wrong, it's going to be just like me or my wife. They're going to come up and be like, yes, sir, no, sir, I'm sorry, and things like that. But man, it's like we got kids raising kids, and they're not teaching their kids the right things.
Yep.
You respect law enforcement. If they do something wrong, okay, so we step outside that. It's like, not trying to break this into another issue. It's like all these things is going down for BLM and things like that. It's like this guy had like a rap sheet. He had a complete rap sheet, and he's not complying with what the cop says. So, and he has a gun on him. I got shot. Well, shit, If I do that, I'm gonna teach my kids. It's like, hey, you fight with cops and you got a gun on you. There's a good chance you're gonna get shot.
Yeah, that's you know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that. Hey, thanks for calling, man. I'm gonna go ahead because I gotta do some other stuff too. So we're gonna want other people trying to call. Appreciate me calling, man. Anytime you want to call, always call back.
All right, I appreciate your time.
All right, brother. Have a good one. That's a good call, man. Thanks for calling again. Hey, somebody had some issues and some drama. And the caller mentioned up a good thing about law enforcement and respecting law enforcement. I don't give a fuck what anyone's status is in life or what they've done in their past. If you raise your weapon and point it to a Leo, you deserve every round flying into your face. There is no...
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
There is no, well, he had issues or there was something going on or this. If there is somebody that is mentally unstable, completely stable, under the influence, intoxicated, where the fuck you want to talk about, sleepwalking, I don't care. If you are pulling out your freaking weapon and pointing it at a cop, pointing it at a Leo, whether it be mounted, dismounted, from the car, from a bike, whatever, and you're pointing a weapon at a cop, every round coming to your face is well earned. I don't want to hear this shit about, well, someone had an issue and someone had something going on in their lives and they felt they wanted to be this. Now, fuck that. These guys, and it's been brought up plenty of times on this station, these guys You know, again, we laugh, shoot the shit about deploying and all this other stuff. And yeah, back when I was deployed here and there and there and there, we've only deployed for like a few months or a year or whatever. And then we come back and then we're chilling with our families and all that. Police officers, first responders are deployed every day to do the job that they fucking do. I don't blame them for being on edge. You know what I mean? I would not, even drunk, if a cop get out of here. Yes, sir. I sober up quick. Anytime a cop tells me, Roger that, you need to fuck out of here, blah, blah, blah. Really, dude? Exactly that, Spanx. I do what I'm told. I stand at the position of parade rest when I talk to a fucking cop. I have a position of attention. Actually, I don't stand at the position of parade rest. I keep my hands down with my palms facing in front. I don't stand at parade rest because then that'll get me shot. Because, you know, back in the day, you were told as a private, if you talk to a police officer, you stand at the position of parade rest. Nowadays, I don't think so. I don't think you should do that. I think you should stand. Yeah. You should just stand casual and have your hands open, not closed fist or anything, because they don't know what is inside your hand. So
yeah, and Leos, just like we have in the military, escalation of force. Leos have escalation of force as well.
Yeah.
If they see a gun, they're pulling a gun.
Yeah. You should have.
If they see a knife, they're still gonna pull their gun.
Yeah, exactly. You should have not have done that, and you should have let him. You should have tased him. Okay, look, I've seen some fucking videos lately because, you know, now that we have body cams more prevalent and dash cams are now being released more to the public, I have seen some big motherfuckers coming at small cops that I'm saying, ain't no fucking way that taser would have stopped this dude. Ain't no fucking way. And if the guy is swinging a fucking knife, fuck that. I show my boobs and it almost never works. Yeah, it's bribing.
That shit don't work. God damn it, try.
Exactly. Pew pew.
I'm supporting lots of small counties and lots of rural towns between here and up north of where I drive. I just give up my tax dollars to them.
Well, but my point being is that you don't sit there and say, as I've read a couple stories and I've seen some shit, and the first thing everybody says, like, for instance, the thing is we're going to talk about, it's going to piss everybody off. Yeah, I can go over a little bit. I don't give a fuck. Was the guy who was in 10th Mountain who killed the state trooper. And immediately, every fucking thing that happened up to that, everyone said, well, the guy had PTSD, the guy had this, the guy had... I don't give a fuck what the guy had. You raise a weapon to a police officer, everything you... Again, I'm going to keep saying, all 15 rounds come into your face, all earned. You don't raise a weapon to a police officer. You don't attack with a police officer. You don't do any of that shit. So the guy obviously had shot his wife and killed her and shit, and then was waiting for the fucking cop to show up. But of course, Facebook Rangers and expert action badge fucking candidates want to fucking say, oh, well, there's a reason why they're doing this. Of course, you know, they think that the cop was messing with the why. Everyone's throwing all this fucking bullshit to kind of deflect away. Well, the guy had PTSD. Man, shut the fuck up. It isn't a fucking excuse at all. At all. You have lost all your cool guy status with me the moment you raise your weapon to a Leo, who I consider a brother in arms as well. They have to carry a gun all the time. So I will look at anybody dead in the eye and say, dude, if you fucking point a weapon that fuck, I've lost all fucking respect for you. Even the fucking homos that fucking, Ice, you are now fucking in violation of the Mixer Morality Code. Yeah, shit. Even the individuals that say suicide by cop. Yeah, I don't fucking care. You point your weapon at a police officer, you get it. Sorry. No, whatever. Well, Ice doesn't know a little callous. No, fuck you, because I don't point guns at cops. When I get pulled over, hi, how you doing? Let me see your license registration. Yes, sir. My shit's on my pants right here. I'm gonna reach down, okay? And then I leave one hand on the steering wheel, and I make a exaggerated movement. Even me, as a what they would consider Caucasian-looking individual, even though I'm mixed, and I would extract my wallet from my pocket. So one cop told me to stop being a smartass because I said, I am now extracting my wallet from my pocket on my right side. You'll notice that my elbow is raised to the, you know what I mean? And, all right, dude, got it. Knock it off. Just get your fucking wallet out. Because it was hot, you know what I mean? So that's it. That's it. You don't fucking sit there. You don't sit there and fucking say, oh, well, he had PTSD and that's why it was suicide by cop. I don't give a fuck. Because you know what? I got brothers that are in fucking, that are Leos. I have several friends that are Leos and I got brothers, really good friends that were in the military and they got out and they became Leos. And I would lose my shit if I knew that one of them was killed and then somebody came up and said, well, he had PTSD, that's why he did it. Whoa. Fuck that. I don't care. You've lost
I would probably lay that person out.
Yeah. Hell, no, I was saying, but I don't care. Again, I keep going back. I'm going to hit my fucking head on my fucking table right now and smack my hand and stomp and beat the dead horse. If you point a gun at a cop, I don't care what you had happen in your past. You got touched wrong. Somebody looked at you the fucking wrong way. You went on a fucking deployment that you almost got shelled and shot, but the fucking shell went off 800 meters away and you thought it was going to be a detriment to your fucking life. Or you never left Kuwait. I don't give a fuck. You don't point a gun at a cop. Period.
I think that if you're...
No, go ahead, Spanky.
No, I think that if your PTSD is in that kind of, I don't know, triggerish that you probably shouldn't be driving and you probably shouldn't have a weapon. A lot of people have PTSD and they deal with it from day to day, but they don't go out fucking pointing weapons at cops.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
They have their triggers and they know how to deal with them and they live their life from day to day.
Do you know what my trigger is? Fucking incompetent people. Ignorance. Fucking driving traffic. People would say that's a trigger because I will announce you're a MP? ICE loves MPs, brother. Glenn, ICE loves MPs.
That doesn't make you go pull freaking.
Fuck no, it doesn't.
No,
right now I have access to weapons that would make some law enforcement agencies jealous. When I've had issues in my house and I had somebody try to burglarize my shit and they had to come in the house, I didn't sit there and say, "You got a warrant?" No, motherfucker, I got broken into. So when the cops said, "Well, do you know how many weapons they took?" I'm like, "Well, I gotta do an inventory. You want to see what I got here, and I'll tell you what's missing. Here's how many guns I'm missing, or whatever." So the cop was like, "Holy shit, I've never seen that before. How much you get that?" You know what I mean? We end up shooting the shit. It was no big deal. And then the cop, they took my information down and they whatever. And then, the city will fucking, Bexar County will call you and fucking say that you're, San Antonio, blah, 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 whatever, the district attorney's office.
Yeah.
And also, do you want these guns back if we recover them? I'm like, I don't fucking want these guns back if they were fucking stolen. Who knows what the fuck they were involved in? You know what I mean? But
exactly, we all have problems with certain things every day, like everybody does. But it's like I'm still like, if I get pulled over, it's not gonna upset me.
It's not gonna upset me.
I'm probably doing something wrong. I drive fast.
You probably weren't selected properly then if you have that bad of a fucking. Do you think you have that bad of a PTSD? Because I'm tired of the PTSD coattail riders. I'm tired of that shit. Fucking. Functional veterans, man. I'm tired of that fucking shit. We'll go PTSD. Bitch, you never left Kuwait. You were probably scared that you were going to go into Iraq.
I didn't leave Kuwait. I don't have, those kind of problems.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I have my own issues. But you
Spanky, but you've had issues and stuff that is more of a, command stuff. You know what I mean? You had stuff that happened within your command and all stuff that you had to deal with. Yeah. Not so much PTSD, you just had a bad experience. You know what I mean? There's a difference between PTSD having your asshole coming through your fucking mouth because you almost got blown up by some fucking Hodge who was in the next room who was pulling a fucking trigger and you realize, fuck, one step closer, that'd have been my head. You know what I mean? That's sort of kind of some PTSD. I didn't have those issues. But you had my own issues. Yeah, so there's a difference between PTSD and bad experiences. So when you say, PTSD and all this other shit, and then you start fucking, I don't know, you want to fucking do some shit and talk about how you've had PTSD forever in a fucking life. Hey, I got it, man. I'm not saying that you shouldn't seek help. I'm not saying it, whatever, but I'm going back to the raising a gun at a police officer.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't understand how anybody's, how that could be okay for anybody just because of whatever happened to them.
Yeah. Again, Well, let's do it this way. Let me rewind this shit. I've suffered. I guess you could say suffered. I have been through multiple divorces. Do you see me fucking beating women?
Do you see me? If you ever do that, I'm coming after you myself.
No, but you get what I'm saying. Everyone
Exactly.
says, you get people saying, well, ICE is fucking going around and running over women at the goddamn bars and shit because he's got PTSD for multiple divorces. Shut the fuck up. I'm not going to say that shit. Who cares? Who fucking cares? You're not going to use that as a fucking excuse. I'm so tired of that shit. And I don't like the fucking label of someone saying, have you talked to somebody when I'm getting out of the military or getting close to things? I've thought about it. I honestly thought about it. Hey, ICE, you going to get out? You need to talk to somebody. About what? Well, because you this. Yeah, but what do I need to talk about? Do I just like what? Where to go get this stuff? Or what do you mean, what am I talking about? What do I need to talk about? Well, because, if there's somebody you need to talk to, oh, you need to see if I need some shrinkage. Is that what you're saying? I need some fucking shrink eval, psychiatrist type stuff. I mean, because some of his stuff is also age. Motherfucker, I'm almost in my mid-50s and shit, and you're telling me that I need to calm the fuck down? Old people aren't supposed to take shit.
That's your excuse.
That's my excuse.
That's your excuse.
Who does it?
I mean, it's a rite of passage.
Exactly. You damn right I'm sitting on my fucking porch, goddammit. I'm sitting on my porch rocking my chair going, oh, fuck you guys, get off my grass. But you don't sit there and say, oh, well, ICE has PTSD because he got divorced a bunch of times. 18 wives later. Man, fuck that. Fuck it. I'm tired of the fucking crutch. Nation, I'm not saying you should not seek help if you actually need help. Fucking go seek it. There are plenty of resources out there. I can lend an ear. Talk to me. Shoot the shit. Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you my experiences and let you go on from there, but nothing's that bad. But you don't sit there and fucking say, well, he had PTSD. That's, he was suicide by cops, so that's why he pointed the gun at the cop, and the cop just had no choice but to kill him. Rest in peace. Change your profile flag until Valhalla. Fuck you. Fuck that shit. I really don't care. If you, Lily, I know guys who really do have good shit PTSD. I shouldn't say good shit, but heavy PTSD that I know what they've done. And you're like, God damn, bro. Fuck. And part of that PTSD is because they're missing limbs. You know what I mean? They're missing some shit. They have stuff that has happened, and then it's really traumatic to their life. And you're just like, fuck, man. Yeah, dude, hey, what do you want to fucking do, man? Let's help you out with this or whatever. Or someone, I even sometimes, if I have any issues, not just because of fucking what I've done in the past, it's because I need someone to talk to. Dude, you're right. Yeah, I'm fucking going through some shit. What's going on? Fuck that. I'm pissed off about this. Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. You're right. Well, yeah, I'm just telling you what I feel. No, but or you get that, no, I mean, are you all right? And then they go, I got your 6, or they fucking give me the hashtag or # 22. I'm like, really, dude? Don't even fucking clump me in that. No. I'm just telling you I got some issues going on, and how did you do it? That's all I'm talking about. I'm just tired of that fucking stigma being placed on me by motherfuckers that don't know me. Yeah, everyone's trying to figure out his age. He may be 29. I'll go with that, Spanky. I may be 29.
He may be.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. So, man,
Are you assuming his age?
Are you assuming my age? It doesn't fucking matter. My 50s. Everyone says I have an old soul. Anyways, they say I was born in the wrong time. But yeah, I'm tired of that fucking excuse. Don't fucking look at me, dude. If you're sitting there saying, and I will again. I'm also the life of parties when they talk about this subject. Hey man, did you hear about that dude who suicide by cop? Yeah, fuck that dude. The cop fucking should have emptied 2 mags in his ass. Oh my god, did he just say that? His wife is right there. Wow, okay, well fuck, dude. Yeah, okay, 3 mags in. How about that? Fuck, dude, really? I really don't fucking feel that. I feel sorry for anybody who points a gun at a Leo. I'm not saying there's bad Leos out there or not bad Leos, but fuck, dude. But yeah, man, just fucking stop it. Well, he didn't have it. Again, stop. Everyone's gonna say, ICE is very insensitive to people with PTSD. No, I'm not. Cavman's coming. ICE is sensitive to people with PTSD. No, I really do. I really am sensitive to that. And the way I see it, go seek help and all that stuff, so that way we can help each other out. A hand out to make sure you get a hand up. Hand out on the advice, I should say. Because the advice is always there. You can always get advice. It's always free. So, yeah, dude. I really don't get that shit. No, stop it. You guys are fucking with my age. So how many kids have I? His age is a mystery. We should raffle my age when I finally retire. Dear. Ice is so mid-50s. Well, thank you, D-Max. I appreciate that. You damn right. Coming home in the house in a fucking suit. Propping my feet up on a newspaper while my old lady serves me some fine whiskey while she's cooking up some chow in the kitchen. Yes, I am fucking 50s.
Can I drink the whiskey while I cook dinner?
Fuck yeah, dude. Sometimes that's the best chow.
Alrighty then. It's on.
See, there you go. See, some women like that stuff. Some women like man stuff like that. Don't hate me because I like to be that way. Fuck. Fucking bullshit, man.
And don't hate me that I am okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. And don't hate you because you don't mind, dressing in, looking like freaking, like Ozzy and Harriet and shit. Honey, I'm home. And then you're sitting there, hey, fucking, we're going to have this tonight. And you're fucking drinking some shit. And how was work? And I'm sitting with my paper and I'm like, oh, well, Bobby did this today. What did Baby Ice do? Oh, Baby Ice used a slingshot and he almost got shot by the cops because he was slingshotting the cops. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Now, did you do that? Did you really slingshot Officer Bill? You know what I mean? Shit like that. What's wrong with living that? That was a golden time of our fucking age. You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with that. I've done my time in the Army, and I want to stay home. I want to be home when my kid gets off the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Or walks home from school.
Yeah, exactly.
I want the best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. The 50s, man, the 50s were such an awesome time. But going back to what I was saying, the cops didn't fuck around back in the 50s either. Look at Bonnie and Clyde. They just got pulled over and got shot the fuck up. Nobody's talking about fucking, bank robbers lives matters or some shit. Those motherfuckers pulled over to help somebody out and got ambushed. The ultimate love story.
That was set up by the cops.
That was set up by the fucking cops and a bounty hunter. Well, we want to make sure that, Clyde, was not moving, so we decided a couple of drums of Tommy gun mags, just to make sure. They said so many rounds through the car's body that it mostly hit Bonnie. She got hit the most. But nobody's saying that shit. Nobody's talking about how cops were back in the day.
Did they have to shoot a girl?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Well, at that point, once a girl commits a crime, she's no longer a girl, I guess, back in the day, back in the 50s. So.
Yeah.
But, what was this? Read the story about the guy who killed and cooked his girlfriend. He was in your platoon. Couldn't believe it. Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit, dude. It don't matter. But, yeah. Holy shit. Let me do some house cleaning. I've been rambling. Talking about controversial issues and stuff. News and entertainment. I gotta do some housekeeping. So, again, going back to what I was saying, the weekly format has changed. If you've not noticed, slowly but surely you're going to start seeing emerging technologies coming from the Geek Squad. So right now it's Mondays with myself and Cuffs. Well, if she ever gets her power back. Tuesdays Tied Up Tuesday with Minx and Drake. Sorry, Cuffs, I'm just messing with you. I feel sorry for her, man. She's so pissed off right now. She's got no fucking electricity, man. WTF Wednesdays with Jim Beam and Jay Reddy. And then Sergeant's Time with me and the main page admins, Grey Cloud, Doc Madness, and Mike Golf. And Friday Night Freedom with Minx, and you too, right, Mud? You're finally getting thrown up on that shit.
Yep, hitting time. Friday nights.
Yep, and then Saturday Night Savagery with Pookie and Jay Reddy, and then the Stoners we got on Sunday in the green room. Yeah, man, I really hope your power comes back on, Cuffs. That's some crazy ass shit. So again, multiple platforms we have broadcasting on. Obviously, we're broadcasting on Facebook Live. Periscope, TuneIn, and all that. But slowly those technologies are going to be moving away to other platforms. If you go to ArmyWTFmoments.com and you see the WTF Nation Radio tab, you'll be able to see the Mixer applets on the page itself. And then just like Auto on WTFNationRadio.com, you hit that play button and blam, you can hear whatever's going on in there. So I don't know if you heard earlier this morning, there was some sound tests going on. Sometimes you might catch a show, sometimes you might catch something, but every night at 2000 always live. Oh wait, I forgot to do damn house cleaning with the damn the list. Oh shit. With the yes. So tomorrow we have Misty Harvest. Misty Harvest was the individual that brought to light to Guardian Overwatch about the Lincoln Memorial Cemetery on Hunter Army Airfield in Savannah. That was in despair that, Mud Puppy went to go check out and then assisted in the cleanup. So she's there to bring awareness to what's happening to that cemetery and what the status of the cleanup has gone so far from the moment that it was I guess it was mid-May or something like that.
Yeah.
She was able it was something like that to where it was highlighted, not how far in despair. It's pretty fucked up. So, but anyways, so that's going to be tomorrow. And then Wednesday is going to be Darren Friedel from the Veteran Ride Therapy Project. I hosted the show with them the last time they came on, and they were talking about refabbing a bike to give to a vet. So they're going to give us a status about the motorcycle they're going to be giving away, and their mission is to help veterans with disabilities by modifying motorcycles or ATVs to suit their needs. By either allowing sidecars, trikes, and all that stuff, or providing additional devices to allow individuals that are amputees to ride their favorite vehicles. And then next Wednesday, we got Mike Davis and Brute Storts from the Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing Project, where these individuals go ahead and deal with the physical and emotional rehabilitation of the disabled active duty military service personnel and disabled veterans through fly fishing. I tell you what. Something that clears your mind and you don't realize how fast time goes is either riding a motorcycle or fishing. Depending on how many beers you have. Can we say that? Can we advocate the beers stuff too? I mean, I'm just saying. And then for August on Friday, we have Maria Martinez from the Cochise. Let me say that again. Maria Martinez from the Cochise serving veterans. The CSV was formed in 2013. It's comprised of members of the federal, state, and local government, both civilian and veteran individuals, private agencies, and veteran organizations to assist through collaborative efforts addressing veteran issues in outreach, education, and networking. But next Friday is going to be Drill Sergeant High from Angry Cops. He's coming back. Ice Loves MPs. He's coming back. Can't wait, dude. Every show he comes on, I am laughing so freaking hard, dude, when he gets on here. He's hilarious as shit.
Oh my god, and the videos that he's been posting on his Facebook.
The romper? Did you see the romper one?
The romper?
Yes, exactly. So,
and him screwing with his soldiers.
Yes.
While he was doing his AT.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Drill Sergeant High is going to be back to let us know what he's been up to lately. His Facebook page, Angry Cops, is a comedic take on life and times as a police officer and as an army drill sergeant. Yes, he is a drill sergeant. Like straight up brown round. He is that drill sergeant. And we're also going to kick off the Warrior of the Month. If you go ahead and go on to the Warrior of the Month tab on the link on the WTFNationRadio.com website, you'll see the submissions. You got to be an NCO. You got to be in charge of somebody and submit that individual every month, just like Soldier of the Month. And then, of course, at the end of the year or after 12 months have passed, then obviously we're going to have a Warrior of the Year. Everybody's involved. Sailors, Marines, Airmen, soldiers, Coast Guardies. What do you call Coast Guardie? What do you call somebody?
Coasties?
Coasties? Is that what you say? Love you too, Glenn.
Coasties.
Yeah. So then, of course, always, you can always tune in every night. What am I missing? Something, Spanx? What am I missing?
No, you got it all. Look at you doing all a good job with the housekeeping and stuff.
I know.
You're so great at it.
Not getting reminded about it. I'm actually went through the whole script. So yeah, this is good stuff. Again, guys, if you need some help, you need to talk to somebody, don't forget that you can always reach out, call somebody up, drop a message in the main page inbox, or talk to Battles in Distress, or call a friend up, whatever. Somebody you haven't talked to in a while, fucking shoot the shit, see what's up. I do that myself. Sometimes I will go ahead and make a phone call myself to say, hey man, how you doing, blah, 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 blah. Not even realizing, and if you're afraid of talking about it, it's better for you to man up and say, hey, I got something going on in my mind, as opposed to you fucking hiding out and letting it fester and shit. Because again, it really isn't an issue if we don't know about it. We don't really know about it. And that's a lot of guys too want to hide, don't really bring up that scenario. Or I would say that's a scenario. Don't bring up a life issue and nobody knew that this was happening. We're not going to tolerate silence. You need to talk. You need to bring it up. So, yeah, Glenn, appreciate it, man. You didn't have to do that, but okay, cool. Again, Coast Guardians.
Coast Guardians.
Somebody likes Coast Guardians. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh,
Are they
man.
like any? What was that cartoon my kids used to Backyardigans?
I don't. Well, I mean, what do you call them? I mean, that's exactly that. Coast Guardians. I mean, you can kind of say that.
We call them coasties in Cuba. So
Yeah. I mean, you called them coasties, but I mean, there was no. But we call them coasties. We don't know what is their true name of. In other words, soldiers, sailors, Marines. What do you say? Do you say Coast Guardians, Coast Guardsmen, and women, and whatever? You know what I mean? So always remember that WTF Nation Radio is here to ensure that we strive to provide the members of the active duty and veteran community, along with civilian supporters of our community, with a place to gather with their brothers and sisters. We will serve our community by providing our brothers and sisters relevant news, information, and entertainment. We will serve our community by providing our brothers and sisters with assistance, by standing by them in the times of crisis, by helping them when they fall, and connecting them with the others who need that can help them out in times of need. So all you got to do is grab my hand when I give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So all too easy. So you guys got anything else? Everybody's quiet.
I got nothing.
Was I rambling that fucking much? Shit, sorry. What? Whoa, what was that?
I'm going on a trip here soon.
Huh? Where are you going?
Yeah, in September.
Where are you? Oh, you're still doing that ride, right? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I totally. I'm not saying I forgot about the ride. Tell us about the ride.
Wow.
Huh?
No love anymore. No. Me, Mike Goff, and Minx, we're going to be going 424 miles across the beautiful state of Georgia.
God.
Hey, September 10th, we're all meeting up in Savannah, Georgia at Nine Line Apparel at their new facility. And we're taking off. We're going to ride to Fort Stewart. From Fort Stewart, we're going to ride up to Fort Gordon. From Fort Gordon to Fort Benning. And just like we've been talking about tonight, is we're breaking that stigma that, it's okay to be dysfunctional. It's not okay to stay dysfunctional. We're all functional. We're business owners. We're firemen. We're policemen. We all go out and work. One way or another, we're out there doing something. And this was a crazy idea that I whipped up and, called Mike Goff on a whim. And it's like, dude, let's go ride across the state of Georgia.
Yeah, but you haven't been riding, though. You've been, talking about it and then riding in a car, in a garage or something like that.
Oh.
You've been hanging out in the garage. I just, for the first time saw you ride, 10 miles? Ooh, good job, Mud. But you're only 10 miles outside? Mike Goff has been, sweating his ass off, man. Freaking dude, he's lost almost 40 pounds doing his biking shit since he's been out of the seat. Holy shit, man! When he first came on,
I can't afford to lose no weight.
Could
you imagine what I would look like if I lost 40 pounds? Everybody's seen the picture.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You're yeah.
I would be Skeletor.
That's good shit, man. So the 400. So it's gonna go. The ride's gonna go between September 11th through the 17th. You guys gonna start at Nine Line. You're gonna ride to Fort Stewart, then Fort Gordon, and then Fort Benning, and then you're gonna stop at your final stop will be Ride on Bikes.
Yep, Ride on Bikes, right there by the Riverwalk in Columbus.
Is that a good place, the Riverwalk over there? It's been years since I've been there now, so.
Me too. I mean, I went down it once. That's one of the other staff members' stomping grounds, and they said it's absolutely beautiful through there. So.
Yeah, no shit. Awesome.
It's going to be a blast, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
And who knows, we might stop at a couple other places, see a couple other of guests that we've had on the show, stop in, see them, and check up on them. Of course, we'll be broadcasting along the way.
Awesome.
Checking in with whoever's got the show that night. And, during that week, stay tuned. We might even go live from the road.
What?
Just to say hey to everybody.
I don't know if you're going to be saying hey if you're sweating your ass off. Exactly, Joseph. I could lose a couple pounds myself, because, I could, I'm just saying that, losing some pounds, losing some weight myself. But, all right, cool. Well, hey, guys, thanks for joining us. And then, don't forget we got a show every night. Tomorrow's going to be, I guess we're going to have Misty from the cleanup there tomorrow. We're tied up Tuesdays with, I was going to say with Cuffs and Minx. No, it's going to be, it's Great Cloud and Cuffs. It's weird. I mean, God, man. Minx and Great Cloud. There you go. God. Even now I'm getting confused about the fucking schedule.
Misty is a sweetheart.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, again, I'm going to go ahead and cut the Facebook Live feed so you guys want to hear some tunes in the Mixer chat or whatever, or hear some other crazy-ass things that we can't put in there, but for some reason we put it in there anyways. That, you don't want to hear some freaking... Mixer doesn't have the ass about. We haven't had too many complaints so far, so... But anyways, you guys on Facebook Live, you want to join us on Mixer.com, you guys can at the Mixer.com/WTF Nation Radio. Log in there and share some of the stuff if you have one of those accounts. So if you guys don't have anything else for me, I'm gonna close out with some tunes and then see ya. So y'all have a good night. You're supposed to say shots, guys. You're like, what? You got to know about the shows with shots. Shit, man. Shots. You guys are just like awkward. Okay, guys, bye. They didn't want to say nothing. All right, guys, take it easy.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, hey there. Mike Golf here. Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction, constipation, or polycystic ovarian syndrome? If you're like me, and thousands of others, you don't. But what I do have is a prescription for years of suffering from the big green weenie. Take a healthy dose of caffeine, alcohol, and hate, and wash it all down with Sergeant's Time every Thursday at 8 Eastern on WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. Join Ice, Grey Cloud, Doc Madness, and myself, Mike Golf, as we discuss the important issues of the week. The NCO Corps will never be the same.
The bitches, they love visuals.
The voice of U.S. Army WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
The bitches, they love